Big game between Scott County and Madison Central. Seth Knight will join us as the color analyst. It's kind of fitting, Coach. You were the head coach at Dunbar all season. You guys had a great start to the year. You got out to 10-1 or something like that, and were ranked very high in the state. And then you cooled off a little bit, but yet a really good ball club.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We had a good season. We were relatively young. Started, a freshman at shortstop, some sophomores in the infield.
That's always good. You got a lot of those guys back.
Sure. Both of our, our number 1 and number 2 on the mound were juniors. Got out to a good start. The best start since '07, and still had a productive season. Beat some really good teams, and got up there in state rankings for what those are worth. And we had a good season. We're looking forward to the future.
Well, I'll take you through the first couple of innings. Darren Douglas will give you innings 3 and 4 here if he got that cough worked out. He's got that pitch. Hey, we both threw out the first pitch here for the final, and Darren and I. But the main thing is we were representing Matt Calvert.
Yeah, awesome ceremony there for him and for you guys to be a part of that, and just a special moment.
Well, it's Scott County. They're used to this regional final, Seth. They've been in the regional final a couple of times, to say the least, and they're back here in 2018.
Yeah, just a great baseball team, high-powered offense. 346 batting average for the season, something like 28 home runs as a ball club. Top to bottom, they're hard to pitch to, and they. If they have their offense going, it's going to be a tough draw for Madison Central today.
Well, these are the lineups that were given to us by the coaches. First, we will start with Madison Central leading off for the Madison Central Indians. They are 29-7, and by the way, Scott County 30-6. That's a pretty good record.
That's impressive.
And the Madison Central Indians, Trey Eden will lead off and play center field. Logan Thomason is your shortstop. And Scott Simmons will be the third baseman. Ben Snap is the catcher, batting fourth. Devin Huckel, the second baseman, will bat fifth. Jeremy Cox, the right fielder, will bat sixth. And in that sixth hole for the Madison Central Ball Club, Bryce Travis will be on the mound. And, Coach, what can you tell us about Travis?
He's a competitor on the mound. Coach Roof at Madison Central doesn't necessarily think he has a number 1 go-to guy, as some of these other ball clubs do. But all their pitchers, on the mound, they're going to battle. They're going to throw strikes. They're going to try to keep you off balance. And, the key, as it is to any high school pitcher, is can he throw more than one pitch for a strike?
Coach, I got to ask you, wasn't the matchup when these two teams played in early May, wasn't it Sutton against Travis?
I believe it was. Yeah, I believe it was.
And Scott County won that game,
Correct.
I believe, 5-1. And Jesse Cox will be the designated hitter, bat in the 8 hole, and Tyler Story, the left fielder, and he will play left field for the Central Indians, and Noah Metcalf is in the lineup as well. That's the lineup for Madison Central as both teams are being announced, and Scott County will counter with Sam Sutton will be the pitcher, and he will lead off. Kyle Harbison, the catcher. It'll be Trace Wilhoit, and we'll step out for these commercial breaks and come back with the first pitch. Scott County, Madison Central, 11th Region Final on PrepSpin.
At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
Take a little walk with me. I'll keep you in good company and be there for you till the end. You'll never be alone, my friend.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
Welcome back here to the 11th Region Championship game, the final on a beautiful afternoon, a Sunday afternoon. I don't know, Coach, that we've ever played Sunday afternoon baseball here, but, you know, Sunday afternoon's a big day for baseball in the major leagues, the minor leagues, and here it is, a big game in the 11th Region final.
Yeah, sure. I think everybody in the state and both these coaches for sure, are just glad it's not raining. So good to get this game in. Nice, beautiful Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, we'll complete that lineup for Scott County. We got down to Trace Wilhoit, he will be at first base. Kevin Valkenberg will be the DH. Cooper Robb at second base. Bryce Fryman, the right fielder. Caden Mckee out in left field. Ryan Hannebach, the third baseman. Trent Fox, the catcher. Out on the mound today for the Scott County Cardinals, Sammy Sutton. And I remember this game last year because it was Sam Sutton who got to start.
Yeah, just an outstanding arm. Probably their ace if you consider, one of their pitchers an ace. They just have a stable of good arms over there for Scott County and Coach Willard, and he's probably, considered their best, and he's done well all season.
And yesterday, the semifinal games, I had a wedding to go to last night. I'll tell you about that later. Miss a couple of folks that are very, very good friends got married, Bree Lowry and J.T. Cox, and now they're man and wife. But anyway, Coach, back to this championship game. Scott County, Madison Central, and Scott County, this is the third straight year they've been in the 11th Region Final.
Yeah, testament to Coach Willard and the program he's built over there at Scott County. Just a team full of athletes at every position, battle you up and down, from first position in the order to the ninth position. Good solid pitching, good solid defense. That's the reason that we're seeing them for the third straight year here in the region final.
Really good outfield here for Scott County. And yesterday, Woodford County hit the ball well, Coach, but they hit it right at their opponent.
Yeah, for sure. It was a tough game for Madison Central. They had Hunter Hilbert on the mound for Woodford County, being the host team here, and you got a big, huge two-run home run from Cox there in the bottom of the sixth to propel Madison Central to the 4-2 win.
So Madison Central comes in 29-7 and 30-6. Scott County, something will be decided here at the 11th Region Championship. Two good ball clubs. These two teams are always solid. When you look at the 11th Region, everybody talks about Lafayette, Dunbar. You go down the line, Lexington Catholic, LCA. But usually when it's all said and done, these two teams are right there.
Yeah, they are. And, once again, a testament to both of these coaches for building their programs, and they battle in this region.
So it'll be Sutton facing the leadoff hitter, Trey Eden, the center fielder. And here's the first pitch, and that's swung on and missed. Good high fastball there from Sutton. No balls, one strike to Eden leading off. Then it'll be Logan Thomason, the shortstop, going to Eastern Kentucky on deck. Here at pitch, and that's going to be a ball a little bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Eden and Thomason, and then Simmons facing Sutton. Sutton, the left-hander. The wind, the pitch, and ball hit foul out of play down the right field line, and he's ahead now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, right where you want to be.
Yeah, he likes to work quick. He, wants to get ahead in the count to be able to use his breaking ball. He's going to try to stay away from most hitters, with that left-handed pitching motion. So we'll see if he continues.
Sutton facing Eden to 1-2, and that's fouled back behind home plate, just to the right of us up here in the press box. Gary Ball, Seth Knight, Darren Douglas, King of Stream. A name's not even necessary. Just say the King of Stream.
That's right.
Everybody knows who it is.
KOS.
I'll give you a hint. It's WW is his initials. But everybody knows the King of Stream, William Moorfield. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Eden. And Sutton along looking this time, a little slower. And here's the 2-2. Fouled again. Boy, I tell you what. Eden's been a tough out up there.
Yeah, it's important for Madison Central to battle these at-bats. As high as they can get Sutton's pitch count, the better it's going to be for them.
Great sound on the broadcast today. Great audio, Mixler audio provided by William Moorfield.
Best in the business.
Here's the 2-2, and that's going to just miss outside, full count. And Sutton, he thought, okay.
Yeah, pretty good pitch there. Just missed a little off the plate.
It broke a little bit.
Yeah.
3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2, and it's lofted toward the left side. Third baseman, left fielder coming over toward the line, and in fair territory makes the catch. Clay Mckee out in left field made the catch, coming toward the line out there. So Eden flies out to right field. and one out. Boy, that was a tough at bat there for Eden. He hung in there. He fouled back several pitches, and then he flied out to left field. But it was in fair territory out there.
Yeah, maybe not the productivity you want, but certainly, confidence going forward, battled the at bat, made Sutton throw a lot of pitches as that leadoff guy, and that's what you want to do.
So Eden flies out to Mckee, brings up Logan Thomason, the shortstop, and he looks at the pitch a little bit low. 1 ball, no strikes to Thomason. Scott Simmons on deck, the second baseman. Ben Snap hopes he gets an opportunity. The cleanup hitter for Madison Central.
Yeah,
just underway.
Thomason, a really good athlete. Just an excellent shortstop. We've seen him make a few plays over the course of this tournament that are just spectacular.
Here's the pitch from Sutton, and that ball is fouled down the left field line. And 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the first inning. I'll take you through the first couple innings. Darren Douglas will give you the play-by-play of innings 3 and 4. Want to thank White Greer Maggard, our title sponsor here on the PrepSpin. That ball is going to be outside. Two balls and 1 strike from Sutton. The ball is lofted toward the right side, out of play. And we want to thank Ricardo's Restaurant here in Versailles. Almost said Winchester, but we're in Versailles, Kentucky,
That's
Woodford County. And Ricardo's here in Versailles. Lunch, dinner, you can have it all at Ricardo's. Here's the pitch, and Sutton is high. Full count. He's gone 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out as he did the same thing to Eden. He flew out to left field in fair territory, just inside the line out there in left field. And now let's see what he does to Thomason, the dangerous hitter. Sutton, the full count, line to pay off, and that's going to be ball 4.
Another good at bat there by Madison Central Indians, working the count, fouling off some pitches that are close, drawing the walk.
Exactly right. A good at bat by Thomason. Brings up Scott Simmons. Ben Snap on deck. Scott Simmons just looks to me like a baseball player.
He's a really good hitter.
I mean, just his look. He's a left-handed hitter. He's got a good stance, good stroke, and he's an outstanding pitcher, and he'll face the lefty Sutton for Scott County. Runner leading out at first. That ball is hit out towards short. Short going back, and the center fielder on the charge. He drops it. It gets out of there late, and everybody will be safe as he had it, and then as he kind of stumbled out there in left field, he dropped the baseball. Everybody's safe.
Yeah, that was. I mean, he went a long way for that baseball. I'm surprised he even got to it. Got a glove on it.
How do you score that, Coach?
Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a real tough one. I mean, it looked like to me he had it in his glove, took a few steps, and just kind of fell out. So, yeah, I'd be tough to give that kid an error on that play. That's a tough one. He ran a long way to get to that baseball.
Looks like they have put error, though, up on the scoreboard.
Not quite sure what the left fielder was doing there. It looked like he had a better chance to maybe get over there, but.
Simmons at first, Thomason out at second. Here's Snap, and that ball's outside. Ben Snap, the catcher. He was the catcher tonight for Darren Douglas. Oh, excuse me, that's Hanneback. He was catcher out there for me tonight. What am I talking about? 1 ball, no strikes, and ball hit up middle, base hit. And coming in will be Thomason. Here comes a throw to the plate. It's off the line. He's safe. It's 1-0.
And that's Ben Snap in a nutshell. He waits on his pitch, works middle of the field, got a pitch on, middle out right there, drove it up the middle for the RBI single.
RBI for Snap. It's 1-0, Madison Central. That brings up Devin Buchel. Jeremy Cox on deck. Runners at first and second. I was a little bit surprised that Simmons didn't try to go all the way to third on that throw because he's such a good runner.
Yeah. Typically you want to read the throw from the outfielder, and if you see it, you see the ball flight going over the cutoff man's head, you try to advance. And typically Madison Central is going to do that because they run the bases really well and aggressively.
Madison Central strikes first. They're up 1-0 here in the 11th region final at Woodford County. Jacob Ferris is a courtesy runner for Snap the catcher.
With a broken left hand.
But you can run with a broken left hand.
Yes.
You can have a broken left foot. Call strike on the pitch from Sutton.
Eastern Kentucky signee on the mound. They sure miss him. He's, he would be their no doubt #1 on the mound. Unfortunate to get injured in batting practice, I believe, shagging fly balls in the outfield.
He's got the cast on that left hand. Here's the 0-1 from Sutton, and that's going to be a ball high. To Huckel, 1 ball, 1 strike. Jeremy Cox on deck. A run in, 1 run, 1 hit for Madison Central. Huckel checks the wristband there. What's he looking at?
Signs, offensive signs come from the dugout from Coach Roof. They do a numbers system.
Ball outside. Sutton, a little bit of a control problem right now.
Yeah, maybe a little rattled because of the early success here from the Indians. Just needs to settle down a bit and go back to focusing on what he does well.
We have a good crowd in here this afternoon on a beautiful day for 11th Region Final baseball. 2 balls, 1 strike from Sutton. Check the runner, the pitch, and that's going to be ball outside. So he is a pitch away from loading him up here. Cox on deck. Runners at first and second, 1 out, a run in for Madison Central. They lead 1-0. Huckel at the plate. Here's the 3-1, and that's ball 4. So he loads him up for Jeremy Cox. And
pitching coach coming out to the mound. I was going to say it'd be a good time for somebody to go settle him down a little bit and see if we can regain his focus here.
Caden Mckee has registered the only out of this inning. He's a possibility if you run into problems.
Yes. Also a good lefty on the mound. I don't know where they find all these lefties. I'd like to have some.
You just like to have one of them, wouldn't you?
I got one that's pretty good. I got a freshman that's pretty good. I have a couple young ones, that are coming up, but
Seth Knight, the coach of Paul Lawrence Dunbar, we appreciate his help and done a great job here on this regional tournament. Bases loaded for Jeremy Cox. Cox has got some power. Bases loaded. Simmons, Ferris, the pinch runner, and Huckel's on first. Well, Cox here could deliver a big blow here in this first inning. Pitch, and that's swing and a miss. He was trying to deliver right there with trying to park that one into the seat out there, those bleachers out there in right center field or left field. Got the portable bleachers. Pitch is high. Sure does. The wind is kind of tolerant right now. I mean, it's low. Flag's not blowing very much at all out there in right center field. It's been blowing really heavy to right field in this regional, and that's the ball.
It certainly was the first day of the tournament, that's for sure. So a lot of home runs.
That's a good point. This tournament started last Monday.
That's true, yeah. Seems like forever ago.
Yeah. With all the rainouts and postponements, it's almost a week before we have the regional final. Usually it's Wednesday, 4 days ago. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be called strike on the outside corner, and that was a very effective pitch there for Sutton. He's even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases juiced here in the first for Madison Central against Scott County. Here's the Sutton pitch. Swing and a miss. He gets a big strikeout of Jeremy Cox, his first strikeout of the game, second out of the inning, Coach.
Yeah, that's a big strikeout, obviously, with bases loaded. To get that guy to, swing and miss, record the out. Now you're only 1 out away from getting out of this jam.
You face a number 7-hole hitter, Bryce Travis, a left-handed hitter facing the lefty, Sutton for Scott County. The wind, the pitch, and that's going to be a call strike on the outside corner. Boy, he came outside that time.
He did, yeah. Fastball looks good right now. I think the breaking pitch is getting him some trouble. Just doesn't quite seem to have the grip or the feel or the handle on it. He's going to need it.
Here's the 0-1. Ball chopped down toward first. First baseman fields, flips, and he beats the throw out. It's 2-0. Here comes another run to the plate. He's safe. It's 3-0.
Just good base running there by Madison Central. Tough play on the high hopper. Testament to Sutton for fielding his position there and getting over to first base, but the runner just beat it. Runner coming to third never stops, comes in and scores the extra run.
I tell you what, when you could take those extra bases like that, we were talking about Madison Central, the aggressiveness of their base running, and all of a sudden they've been real aggressive here in these last couple of plays.
Yeah, their base running is always aggressive. They're going to read pitchers well. They're going to take extra bases. They do a really good job as a program, and it's troubling for defenses and coaches sitting in the other dugout when they put that kind of pressure on you.
So Jesse Cox will be up there. Jesse Cox, the designated hitter. Just a little bounder down the first that time, and boy, he did a great job beating the pitcher to the first base bag over there. That was good coverage by the pitcher.
Yeah, really athletic play by Will Hoyt over there at first to flip it to Sutton, and runner just beat him.
Cox, then you'll have Story bat through the order here. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be ball 2 outside. So Scott County, we know they're a good hitting team.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Roof, and he said he thought it'd probably take 6 or 7, maybe even 8 runs to win this game. So
it took Scott County 8 yesterday.
Yeah.
Won it 8-7 over Lafayette.
He's prepared for the Scott County's high-powered offense here.
Pitch, and he went around. He did swing at that one. Kind of an excuse-me swing. Jesse Cox. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs in the inning. Runners at the corners, 3 runs in for Madison Central. They lead 3-0 here in this 11th region final. Here's the runner off at first, swing and a miss. Fake down to second, and runner in there safely with a stolen base. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the Sutton pitch, and swing and a miss, strikes him out. So Sutton gives up 3 runs, 2 hits. They live 2 men on base. Head to the bottom of the first. Madison Central 3. Scott County coming to bat here on PrepSpin.com.
On a fixed income, credit cards help me balance the money that's coming in and what I need to live on. I've thought about bankruptcy, but how am I supposed to pay for it?
Sometimes the people that need help the most are the very people who can least afford it.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78 now. The consultation is free. In Lexington and now in London.
What's your starting 5? How about this one? Mild, hot, Cajun, barbecue, and teriyaki. It's the flavors of Mingua beef jerky, each one handmade from Ronnie Mingue's all-natural recipe using top-quality beef. That's what makes Mingua beef jerky stand out. Take it from me, Tom Leach. Pick up a package today, and if you don't see it, ask for it. And check them out online at MinguaBeefJerky.com. That's MINGUA beefjerky.com. And go there today to see their newest product, Mingua beef jerky meat sticks in mild, hot, or honey barbecue.
The future.
We're back here at Woodford County High School, the 11th Region Tournament. Gary Ball with Seth Knight, the fine coach from Dunbar. Darren Douglas will be along in the 3rd and 4th innings to give you the play-by-play. We move to the bottom of the first. Scott County coming to bat, but, man, they just gave up 3 runs to Madison Central, and Central's on top 3-0 with Scott County coming to bat here in the first.
Yeah, certainly the start that Coach Roof and the Madison Central Indians were looking for there to come out and score 3 in the top of the first on a tough pitcher in Sutton.
Bryce Travis gets the baseball, the lefty for Madison Central. He'll face Sam Sutton, Kyle Harbison, and Trace Wilhoit here in the bottom half of the first. 3-0 Central. Here's the pitch, and swing and a miss. Boy, he came with a fastball, Coach.
Yeah, he's going to challenge. He's going to challenge with fastball. His fastball is a little harder than most. You know, he's not a typical soft lefty, as we say.
Here's the wind and the pitch, and that's going to be a call. Strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes here in the first inning with Madison Central ahead 3-0. Ball chopped down towards second, and it's bobbled there by the second baseman. Flips over to first. High save is going to be Sutton. Huckel couldn't handle it there. He bobbled the ball and threw it high to first. And on first safely is Sam Sutton. That's going to be an error on the second baseman.
Yeah, tough play there. You know, waited back on his heels a little bit. I'd like to see him come get that and, you know, get it over there to first base. And testament to Sam Sutton there for running it out. And Scott County off with the runner on first base, no outs.
Here's Kyle Harbison, the catcher. Trace Wilhoit on deck. And then if you get an opportunity for Kevin Van Valkenburg, then you've gone to the cleanup hitter for Scott County.
Well, and it's something we saw Lafayette do yesterday, and that's give Scott County extra chances, and you can't do that.
Pitch inside, runner, he's hit, and he's going down to first as he's hit by the pitch. So Harbison safe at first. Sutton was off and running. Doesn't matter because the batter was hit. We're going to have a courtesy runner in there for Scott County. That's Sam Daniel. Sam Daniel in there running for Harbison, the catcher. Trace Wilhoit up there now. Wilhoit can deliver. Runners at first and second, nobody out, and quickly Coach Roof's out to talk to his pitcher.
Yeah, settling him down just a little bit here. Obviously the big hitting Trace Wilhoit, University of Louisville signee, coming to the plate, first and second, no outs. Just to, you know, settle him down and get him back on the,
some
on the same page.
Gaudy stats, doesn't he, Coach?
I think they all do.
Nobody out yet here for Scott County in the first inning. Madison Central, though, however, they lead 3-0. Home plate umpire taking a look down at some activity in that bullpen. Somebody running in from out there.
Waiting on a coach there.
Getting a coach.
Got time to pick it up there.
Into the dugout. Bryce Travis, the wind, and the ball hit out toward right field. It'll be foul. Good idea there by Wilhoit to go the opposite way because I tell you what, that might have cleared the bases there if that ball drops in there.
If it finds that corner, it will.
Yep. After Wilhoit, it'll be Kevin Van Valkenburg. Cooper Robb after him. Runners at first and second. Bryce Travis trying to get out of this. Here's the wind, the pitch, and that's going to be inside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Wilhoit. The shortstop for Madison Central's Thomason, and he's a good one.
He is definitely a good one. Seen him make a couple really good plays over the course of the last week or so, I guess I should say.
Exactly. This tournament's almost a week old. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a little low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out here with Scott County batting into first. And I tell you, from the earmarks of this game so far, this is going to be a high-scoring game.
Both good offensive programs. Love to hit fastballs, love to run the bases.
Time called at the plate. Stepping out of there is Wilhoit. We're in the bottom of the first with Madison Central on top 3-0. Scott County threatening, though. First 2 base runners on, first and second, nobody out. Dangerous hitter Wilhoit up there. Trace, here's the pitch. Wilhoit watches ball high. Throw down to first. Snap throw, and he's safe. Well, that was a snap throw there by the catcher. Snap.
There you go. No pun intended.
None at all. I don't know where that came from. 3 balls and 1 strike. So he's behind now to Wilhoit. Here's the pitch. Ball hit out toward short. Short fields, flips to second. Second tries to turn it. Double play.
Really good turn there by Thomason and Huckel from Madison Central, and those are 2 big outs in this inning after having first and second, no outs.
Sutton does move down to third, but they retire those 2 base runners. They get Sammy Daniel at second and Wilhoit at first on a 6-4-3 double play, 2 outs, and that brings up Van Valkenburg, and that's going to be a call strike on the outside corner, as it seems like Sutton has some confidence now if he gets that double play ball.
Yeah, whatever Coach Roof said to him out there must have worked, settled him down a little bit, got him back in the zone.
Here's the 0-1, and that ball's chopped off the plate. He's way ahead now. No balls and 2 strikes. Scott County's a team you really can't rattle, though. I mean, you try to rattle them, but they're just too good. I mean,
yeah,
they've been in the state tournament the last couple of years, so you're not going to rattle them even though you're up 3-0 here in the first.
Yeah, not lacking confidence. They know they have the firepower to get back in most any baseball game, no matter what the score is. So they're going to continue to work.
They trail Madison Central 3-0. Here's the 0-2, and that's going to be outside. Catcher set up outside. That's where he went with the pitch. Just like the placement I had on my ball out there.
That's right. Looked good.
Thank you, Coach. I pitched a little bit in my day.
You got any innings left?
No. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Van Valkenburg. His only strikeout victim of the inning, but he got the big 6-4-3 double play ball from Will Hoyt. And for Scott County, no runs. They get one hit. They leave a man on base. As we go to the second inning, it is Madison Central 3, Scott County nothing here on PrepSpin.com. We'll keep it right here. We want to thank White, Greer, and Maggard. Also, we want to thank all of our other sponsors, too. We got Mingua Beef Jerky, Bluegrass Orthopedics, Atkinson, Simmons, and Kermoa PLLC, All Sports in the Fayette Mall. The Scholastic Ball Report, of course, that's on summer hiatus right now. That'll be back. Coach, you've been on that show a couple times with your Dunbar Bulldogs.
Yes, sir, and once with some Western Hills Wolverines as well, yeah.
Yeah, good ball club. And then that'll be coming back this fall. Lexington Diagnostic Center, Warfield Media, Roberts Insurance. I want to thank Bob Roberts Insurance. They're out in Main Street in Richmond. Bob Roberts Insurance. Joe, John, and Bob, all the Roberts out there, they're great guys and great insurance company. Sutherland Chevrolet. What we do say, don't text and drive. Sutherland Chevrolet. We go to the second inning, Madison Central and Scott County, and it's 3-0 right now with Madison Central on top. They struck for 3 in the top half of the first. They got Logan Thomason. He was hit by the pitch. Scotty Simmons. And then they also got the big hit from Ben Snap.
Yeah, just the way they want to start. You know, if you're Madison Central and, you know, huge defensive inning there with Scott County coming right back, first and second, no outs. Looks like they're going to get right back in this baseball game, and then they get the big double play and the big strikeout.
Leading off will be the number 9 hole hitter, Tyler Story. Then you go back to trading in the top of the order. Tyler Story, the left fielder. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to trade in the on-deck circle for Madison Central.
You'll see how Sutton responds here to the first inning.
Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a called strike on the outside corner. So the 12 will be coming at you, as I say, Coach. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here in the second inning of a 3-0 Madison Central lead. Sutton checks the hitter and swing and a miss, strikes him out. So Sutton struck out Cox to end the first inning. Then he comes back with a strikeout of Story, the number 9 hole. That's 2 strikeouts now for Sam Sutton.
Yeah, it seems to have settled down a little bit, using the breaking balls, you know, throwing it in the zone for a strike as opposed to the first inning where he was leaving all of them a little bit high.
Sutherland Chevrolet down in Nicholasville, Kentucky. Don't text and drive. Sutherland Chevrolet. And that pitch is a call strike. I tell you what, Sutton has just picked it up here. Even though he's behind 3-0, he has really got some good pitches coming at us here. No balls, 1 strike. And that just missed inside. Catcher kind of wondered about that one.
Yeah, once again, the breaking ball is just a hair up. And, you know, the fastball for a strike, so, you know, he's painting the outside corner, which he's going to live out there most of the time. Try to throw that breaking ball for a strike.
Here's the 1-1 pitch, and a ball fouled back behind home plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'll take you through this inning. Darren Douglas will be here with innings 3 and 4 to join Coach Seth Knight. Here at the 11th region final. Couldn't have ordered up a better day.
That's right.
Couldn't have been a recipe.
Yeah.
And ball foul behind home plate.
Mother Nature paying us back a little bit for the havoc that she caused.
She wreaked havoc
this week.
It rained out Wednesday. It rained out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and they had the semifinals yesterday, Saturday. Now here the final. Ball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the second inning. Madison Central on top, 3-0, leading Scott County. Here's a 2-2 from Sutton, and that's going to be strike 3. He has struck out, Coach, the last 3 batters he's faced. Cox, Story, and Eden. 3 strikeouts here. Sammy Sutton's a little mad, I think, they got those early runs.
Yeah, may have gotten a little fired up there. He's certainly pitching like Sammy Sutton can pitch, working the outside of the plate, getting some swings and misses.
Logan Thomason hits it right back to the pitcher. Good field. Throw to first. 3 outs as he retires Thomason as he grounds out to the pitcher for the third out. In the second inning for Madison Central, no runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. And we'll be back here on PrepSpin with the bottom of the second with Madison Central on top, 3-0 leading Scott County.
Healthcare seems dark at times, but for patients in Kentucky with diagnostic imaging needs, there's a place with clarity and a compassionate staff. Lexington Diagnostic Center and Open MRI provides quality patient care while saving you hundreds to thousands of dollars as compared to hospital-based centers. Remember, for your medical imaging needs, you have a choice. Lexington Diagnostic Center and Open MRI.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
I work really hard, but I'm struggling to pay my bills on time. I've gotten pretty far behind, and I don't know what to do.
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution. We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78 now. The consultation is free. In Lexington and now in London.
Cooper Robb leading off the bottom of the second, and that pitch is from Bryce Travis, low and outside, 1 ball, no strikes to Cooper Robb. Then it'll be Bryce Fryman. Here's the pitch. Robb swings, strike 1. Couldn't catch up with that fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the second inning with Central leading Scott County 3-0. Here's the pitch, and Robb looks at it high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Cooper Robb played everything. Football, 11 interceptions. Basketball, one of the leading scorers with Michael Marino. Baseball, second baseman.
Yeah, just a fantastic athlete. Made an unbelievable catch.
Swing and a miss.
In that Franklin County game to end it.
Yeah, he dove out and towards center field and somehow came up with that baseball. Still don't know how, but he did. Here's the pitch, and he chops that one off the plate to the screen behind home plate. So 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Going to college for basketball, correct?
Yeah, he's going to Charlotte. And I heard you and Darren talk about that yesterday. Cornbread Maxwell played it.
Oh, that's right.
North Carolina, Charlotte. Pitch, and he chops that one off the plate. And catcher pitches it up in fair territory, but it was hit by the batter. Hit it in the box, I believe, so that'll be a foul ball. Coach, you know I used to umpire in another life?
Oh, yeah?
Umpired Knot Hole up in Cincinnati. Knot Hole is a league for 14, 15, 16-year-olds. So some high school players played in that league. And umpired for a couple summers, and I'll just say that was very interesting.
Yeah, it's certainly a different side of the game.
It sure is.
I umpired as well in the actually in the 8th region.
Yeah.
And all of my good friends are umpires. So
yeah. Here's the pitch, and that ball is lofted toward first baseman coming over, and it's going to be right by the catcher. He lost the ball. It was just about 10 feet in front of him. That ball was in. It was a foul ball, but it just fell right in front of the catcher.
Yeah. Sun must be a little tough up there,
Yeah, he was not the one that caught my ball, so that was the other Scott.
That's right.
It was Hannaback, Scott Kelly. Darren and I threw out the first pitch. Strike 3 as he gets Robb swinging. Cooper Robb becomes the second strikeout victim. Brings up Bryce Fryman. Fryman, just a steady outfielder.
With lots of power. Like 9 home runs on the season, something like that, which is, a good bit. Gets hit by the pitch there on the breaking ball.
Yep. Good call, Coach. I was looking down at my sheet. So hit by the pitch is Fryman. He's out at first. Here comes Cade Mckee. We saw him knock one out of here in last year's regional. I believe that was the final, wasn't it?
I believe it was.
Cade Mckee plays football. Might be the starting quarterback, and Of course, his older brother was Clay Mckee, who was starting quarterback at Scott County, and Jim Mckee, the head coach out there. Swings through that. Boy, he was trying to make this a 3-2 ball game, I think, with that cut.
Yeah, I saw the inside fastball there. Just went for the big fly, fouled it straight back.
A lot of people sitting out in right field.
Where the shade is.
Got the shade out there and the chairs. A lot of people out in left field. Got a really good crowd in here for this regional final. And that pitch is a called strike. And I tell you what, from up here, that looked like a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, very good pitch. Takes him to 0-2. We'll see if Cade can battle here and foul off some pitches. And
Fryman, good runner, leads out at first. Call, strike 3.
I think surprised Cade there a little bit. Called for a pitch, really outside there on 0-2 and kind of snuck it back over the plate on him.
Travis pitching really well, Coach. The only batter that's reached base is Fryman. He's over there. He was hit by a pitch. He retired to first inning, 1-2-3. Then he struck out Rob in this to lead off this second. Then he walked Fryman. Then he strikes out Mckee. So 3 strikeouts now for Travis. Ball hit out toward right field. Right fielder on his horse and dives for it. He dropped it. Here comes the throw into second. He dropped the ball. He had it as he came down. He dropped the baseball.
Yeah, really good effort there by the right fielder. Kind of similar to the play we saw Scott County center fielder make. Got to it, got a glove on it, just couldn't hold it as he went to the ground.
Yeah, Fryman, who runs well, was all the way over to third by the time the right fielder hit the ground and dropped the ball. So you got runners at the corners now for Scott County here. Something brewing with 2 outs, and you got a really good number 9 hole hitter, Trent Fox, up there, the shortstop.
Yeah, he's dangerous, and we talked about that a little bit, how 9 hitters kind of changed status here in recent years in baseball.
Yeah, you said your number 9 hole hitter was a underclassman, hit 360.
Yeah, certainly had a really good season.
Just I listen.
Yeah,
I listen.
That's good. We like to know you're out there even if you're busy
at
a wedding.
At a wedding. Ball hit out toward right field, but the right fielder will camp under it and make the grab out in right field off the bat of Fox. So for Scott County, they got no runs, left 2 men on, no hits, and as we go to the 3rd inning, it is Madison Central 3, Scott County nothing here on PrepSpin.com. Back with the 3rd and 4th innings, Darren Douglas.
I work really hard, but I don't make a whole lot of money. And now my hours are being cut back at work. I've gotten so far behind on my bills, I feel like I'll never get caught up.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
We're not going to judge you.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78 now. The consultation is free.
859-CALL-US.
In Lexington and now in London.
At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
Welcome back here to Chandler Field in Versailles. We head to the top of the 3rd inning. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 for Madison Central. The Indians with a 3-0 lead on the Cardinals of Scott County. 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Central. No runs, 1 hit, and an error for the Cardinals. And that error in the 1st inning for Scott County really hurt.
Opened the doors for Madison Central to put up some runs there.
First pitch from Sutton inside to Simmons. Hits him on the right elbow, and the leadoff runner aboard for.
Yeah, and the lefties for Madison Central are going to crowd the plate as much as they can with Sutton being a lefty out there on the mound. Try to take that breaking ball away and try to make that outside fastball look more middle of the plate.
And it looks like Sutton's got a lot of movement on that fastball because he's on the third base side of the rubber and really moving towards the outside of the plate.
Yeah,
Got a lot of movement.
He doesn't go inside very often, so it is definitely interesting and telling that he's on the complete third base side of that rubber, still throwing outside.
We had the catcher Ben Snap up. He is 1 for 1. Had a hit back in that first inning that drove in the game's first run. He takes the ball from Sutton, the left-hander.
Curveball still seems to be a bit of a mystery for Sutton, and doesn't quite have the command of it that he wants to have. And fastball looks pretty good.
Of course, we saw both pitchers in the first game really have trouble commanding their breaking pitches. Pitch outside, 2-0 to Snap now. But then we turn around to game 2 last night. Central and Woodford, both pitchers had their curveball from the get-go.
Yeah, a well-pitched game by both teams last night, just a defensive contest, and it was fun to watch.
One of those blue-collar games between Central and the Jackets last night. This one lying down the first baseline, foul out of play.
Yeah, as a coach, you like to see those teams that manufacture runs, you know. And
both teams play very well small ball until the 2-run home run in the 6th.
That's right. Sometimes it's always the big fly that gets the job done.
Yep. Of course, I ask you if I like to refer to those types of games as dirtbag games, just the guys that like to get dirty.
Sure.
This one hit into center field. The center fielder going back. He's turned his back to the. It is off the top of the wall. Simmons on his way to third. He'll score easily. On his way to third is Snap, and he'll go hit first slide with an RBI triple, and it's 4-0 Central.
He watched it the whole time. That would be inside the park.
Yeah, Mr. Snap there, just a fantastic hitter, 2 for 2 on the day with the big fly off the center field wall. He did kind of admire it a bit.
Yeah, he did.
Going to first base.
With an RBI triple for the catcher for Central.
And he's done that all season for Steve Roof and the Madison Central Indians. I mean, he leads the team in RBIs. He's just your everyday power hitter there in the 4-hole in the lineup.
That ball just kept carrying, and really the flag's not indicating there is a wind, but all we do have a canopy down here below us that is indicating there's a breeze. Here's a suicide squeeze and a nice bunt by Huckel. And Sutton tried to glove it and underhand it to Harbison, his catcher, and couldn't get away with it.
That's a great call by Steve Roof right there. Great call.
Here comes Scott Willard calling timeout. Going to talk to his pitcher, and I think
just checking on injury. I believe
they think he was pointing to his forearm like something is wrong with Sutton.
Well, we certainly
quiet. Yeah,
we certainly hope nothing's wrong with him. That's for sure.
That was a good bunt by Huckel. He may have wanted to get down the first baseline a bit more, but Simmons, and for those that are not baseball, I don't want to say baseball smart, but don't have the smarts about baseball with the game, when there's a suicide squeeze coming on, that runner from third has to trust the hitter that he got the sign on.
Yeah, and as the hitter, you just want to bunt the baseball.
Yes.
It doesn't matter where it is. You're completely giving yourself up to get that run in from third, and just a great time to do it after the big fly by Snap.
And it was an RBI. Off and running is Huckel, and this is fouled back and out of play. Boy, I tell you what, Central pushed the running game last night against the Jackets in their semifinal win. They might be off and running quicker, more so today in the first 2+ innings than they were last night.
Just really good at reading pitchers and checking their tendencies and getting good jumps on the base pass, and it puts a lot of pressure on your defense.
It's 5-0 Madison Central, and Cox swings and misses. This is the guy that had the big 2-run fly last night for Central in the bottom of the 6th inning, I should say. This one popped up and fouled out of play. Actually, it looks like the wind's going to blow it. And just a step from the fence, Will Hoyt makes the grab. One thing like he was going to blow it over out of play to the wind, but then it came back, and Will Hoyt able to make the play, and there's one gone. So 1 out in the inning. Brings up the pitcher, Bryce Travis. He is 0 for 1. But when he took the mound tonight, he didn't expect to have a 5-0 lead when he takes the mound in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, it's certainly comforting as a pitcher, especially against a team that has a high-powered offense.
Yes.
And any cushion you can get is just very reassuring to you when you go back out there on that mound.
Huckel fakes, and Harbison comes out from behind the plate, and it's 2 balls and no strikes now
Yeah, and
to Travis.
they're not stealing on Scott County's catcher. They're just timing up the pitcher, reading his leg kick, reading his pickoff move, and getting a good jump on him.
Off and running. They have him picked off. Wilhoit over to the shortstop, Fox, and retired as Huckel. And people say, well, why would he take off and run like that? Just simple. When you're reading that left-hander, as soon as he moves that front leg, whether he's coming to first base or not, you're trying to time it, and you get lucky he's going to home plate. If not,
yeah, and that's what Central does. They're going to take a few pickoffs here and there to keep that pressure on you when they're on the base pass. That's not going to scare them away.
The out goes 1 to 3 to 6 for out number 2. And Travis fouls this one, looked like off his right shin. Gives a little hobble around. In typical baseball player mode, doesn't rub it.
I'm not allowed to.
No.
No.
The 2-1. Grounded to the first baseman, Wilhoit. He'll retire Travis in the inning over. They had a couple of hits, a couple of runs. Actually, 3 hits in the inning, 2 runs. No Scott County errors. There was nobody left. We're through 2.5. It's Madison Central 5 and Scott County nothing.
Take a little walk with me. I'll keep you in good company and be there for you till the end. You'll never be alone, my friend.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
I'm on a fixed income. Credit cards help me balance the money that's coming in and what I need to live on. I've thought about bankruptcy.
It'll be the top of the order for Scott County. Sam Sutton, the pitcher, followed by Kyle Harbison and Trace Wilhoit. Ball 1 to the leadoff hitter for the Cardinals. When he's not on the mound, plays a pretty solid center field. 2-0 now.
All-around good athlete. Kind of a spark plug for Scott County's offense with those big hitters behind him.
This one swung on and hit down the left field line. It is curving. It is gone. Home run. And it's now 5-1. And Sutton kind of stopped about halfway because he's watching it because it looked like the wind was blowing it. And it just got inside the left field foul pole. And Sutton says, okay, here I've given up 5 on the mound. Let's get one back.
He must have heard me up here call those people behind him big hitters. He said, watch this.
And then what the kids call swelling up?
Yep.
Or bowing up? They still use those terms, Seth, from my day and Gary's day back in playing baseball.
Oh, they change daily.
Change daily.
I can't keep up, nor do I try.
Nice. Well, it's now 5-1. A big fly by Sam Sutton. And it's now a 4-run lead for Bryce Travis.
We certainly didn't think you were going to keep Scott County's offense quiet all day.
Well, he left the breaking pitch up to Sutton, and Sutton jumped all over it. Now it's 2-0 now to Harbison, the catcher. We have a whole host of friends. Gary, I don't know what you did on your pitch. I saw your pitch was pretty good opening the game. This one grounded to the second baseman, Huckel, off to his left. Fields and throws on to first. And there's one gone.
Williams got that on film.
Hey,
He's got video of
I can sit here and say that's first pitch I've thrown in 30 years, but Gary goes, that's the first one I've thrown in 35.
that. Yeah,
So
Hey, we'll just chalk it up to good movement on your fastball.
That's what Seth said. Coach Knight said I had really good movement on it. It really tailed at the last minute.
Gary's had the downward movement a little bit, and yours kind of moved.
Well, Gary and I both were saying
right.
we're betting on which one would spike in the dirt. Yeah. Pitch is high. Yeah, we did better. We both did better than a major leaguer did. He bounced about 10 or 12 feet in front of the catcher. He wasn't even close. And, Jeff, if you're listening, Gary put me up to it.
No, Jeff.
2-0 now to Trace Willoy, the first baseman. He grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in that first inning. 2-0, outside 3-0. Tell you what, Central's got a couple of nice little left-handers. We saw back on Monday, Luke Myers, a very undersized. He mounted with Fred Norman, just the undersized pitcher. They list him 135 pounds, soaking wet.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I am. You're right. You're right.
Say, I like the history of baseball, and I don't know that guy.
You didn't know Fred Norman?
I don't think I do.
Yeah. Ball 4 on a 3-1 pitch. Fred Norman, he pitched for the Reds. They got him from the San Diego Padres in a trade. Do you know who they traded for him, Gary? You grew up in the Cincinnati area. They traded Merv Retman for Fred Norman.
Wouldn't have never should have. Bad trade.
I tell you what, that was a really good pitching staff for the Reds back at the Big Red Machine. Of course, when you got a team putting about 9 runs a ball game, too, that kind of helps a little bit, doesn't it?
Gullett still holds the record with 11 touchdowns at one high school.
76 points. Nice fastball in the outside corner to Van Valkenbaum.
Yeah, I did know that.
Yep. Had a bunch of tackles, too, from his middle linebacker spot. This one in the dirt gets away from Snap, and Snap did a nice job of getting over there to knock it down, but it looked like he hit the left knee part of the shin guard and kicked back to the first base side of home plate. And down to second goes Will Hoyt. As long as there's swings in the at-bat for these Cardinals, a 5-run lead is not even safe. Now a 4-run lead. A ball and a strike to Van Valkenbaum. Van Valkenburg, excuse me. And a pitch on the outside corner. Now goes a ball and 2 strikes to the designated hitter.
Yeah, good pitch there. Just a pitcher's pitch right on the outside corner and down. Takes to 2 strikes. See if he goes back to breaking ball here.
The 1-2. Grounded foul just past Cooper Robb in the on-deck circle.
He didn't play soccer, but he did on that.
But, yeah, nice little flick of the right foot there.
I'm pretty sure he could if he tried.
Yeah. All he had to do was show up. Not even try, just show up. The young man's a heck of an athlete. We saw 2 of the better catches in this tournament turned in by number 10. This one line past the coach at third, and that's the good old-fashioned ole look by Coach Scott Willard. But Cooper Robb made a catch on Monday. Seth, you were here for that one to end their game against Franklin County. And then the catch he made last night against Lafayette may have been even better.
Yeah, two really good plays.
The 1-2 outside. We go 2-2 now. Outfield is straight away. And Cox looks like he's playing a little bit shallower than he was yesterday in right field for Central. The 2 balls, 2 strikes count coming to Van Valkenburg. They'll throw behind him and got him.
Really nice pick play there by Madison Central. Good timing, good movement by Huckel at second base.
Well, I'll tell you what happened, too. There was a nice little deke behind the runner, Will Hoyt, at second from the shortstop, Thomason.
Yeah, and that's
kind of scuffled his feet like he was going to the bag.
Right.
And that's just high, and we go full. So 2 outs. The out on Will Hoyt at second base goes 1-4. And there's 2 outs. The 3-2. High and away, ball 4. Central fans behind the plate trying to influence that call there, but
right. Well, and that pickoff's big now. I mean, because
huge,
instead of first and second 1 out, you got runner at first base 2 outs. So.
And you have Cooper Robb, who struck out leading off the second inning, 0 for 1 today. That wind, Seth, looks like it's swirling.
Yeah, blowing a little right to left, out towards left field at this moment.
And out goes Snap, the catcher, to talk with his left-hander.
Yeah, you'd like to get this guy at the plate. You know, Bryce Fryman on deck. You don't like to see him coming to the plate with runners in scoring position.
Right.
It'd be nice to get this third out right here, face Fryman in the top of the next, or in the, at the beginning of the next half inning with nobody on base.
That looked like that was just not a mechanical thing from the catcher, just something out there, just a little pep talk.
Oh yeah, that happens. That happens. Sometimes it's needed.
Pat on the shoulder and said, "Come on, big man, you got a 4-run lead. We're okay."
And that's what a catcher's supposed to do.
2-0 now. I had a catcher come out and tell me all the time jokes.
Yeah, just trying to lighten your mood.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Just take your mind off of what you were doing.
And guess what he's doing for a living now? He's a comedian.
There you go.
A traveling comedian.
So he probably told you some good jokes.
Some I can share, some I can't. Foul ball out of play. And I will say this, he doesn't go by his real name. He has a
and sometimes it's
stage
just
name.
Sometimes it's just to break the momentum.
2-1. Well, the first pitch, it looked like maybe there might have been maybe a physical issue, maybe with a toe or a calf or something. Maybe tighten up here on Travis, the left-hander. 3-1 now to Rob. Inside, ball 4. So back-to-back walks now after the pickoff of Will Hoyt at second, and that even makes that pickoff, Coach Knight,
Yep.
Coach Roof, and
going to get a new arm here.
Yeah, it looks like they may be going to.
Travis's day is done. I didn't see who was warming up in the bullpen.
I didn't either. She looks like 23 for Central is going out there to right field.
It's 11. Nope.
Of course.
Who is it? 11.
Number 11. That is Cameron Travis. Must be brothers. Big hug from Bryce Travis for Cameron Travis, who gets a big hand.
And Coach Roof, I talked to Coach Roof a little bit, and he kind of said he was going to throw the kitchen sink if he had to, and just change it up, and whatever was working, he's going to play some matchups today. And
right. Well, you can't change it up any more than he has. He's gone from a lefty to a righty, who comes from not completely down under, but
certainly
a sidearm guy.
Certainly a different view for the Scott County hitters.
So, an interesting move here, but Cameron doesn't look to be all that big of a young man. It's about, 5'10", maybe? We'd say about 160, 165, maybe?
Yeah, I'd go with that. And is a little more he's not quite sidearm, a little more 3/4.
Looks like he kind of he looks more like the Gene Garber delivery. Again, I'm dating myself, Gary.
I do know who that is.
Gene Garber. Yeah, that's right, because we talked about this last night. You're a Braves fan.
That's right.
And I see you have your Atlanta Braves hat today.
Right.
I used to be able to talk smack about the Braves and the Reds, but can't do that no more. So, but what do you have to do here as they move Bryce Travis to first base to replace the first baseman?
Yeah, here.
No, Metcalf.
Here, you're a new pitcher coming in the game. You really want to concentrate on throwing strikes.
Mm-hmm.
You have a 4-run lead, and that sounds very obvious to say. But at the same time, you want to preach to him to pitch with the lead, throw strikes, throw quality strikes, make Scott County beat you as opposed to giving them opportunities by walking you around the base path.
And again, what we talked about on the opening day of baseball here in the regional tournament, pitch to contact. Don't be afraid for the hitter to put the bat on the ball. This one grounded to the shortstop. He'll underhand Thomason to his mate at second, Huckel. And the inning over. One pitch, and he got the job done.
Just what he dialed up.
But a long one by Sam Sutton gets the Cardinals on the board. We're through 3 complete here in Versailles. 5-1 Central.
I'm on a fixed income. Credit cards help me balance the money that's coming in and what I need to live on. I've thought about bankruptcy, but how am I supposed to pay for it?
Sometimes the people that need help the most are the very people who can least afford it.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78 now. The consultation is free. In Lexington and now in London.
What's your starting five? How about this one? Mild, hot, Cajun, barbecue, and teriyaki. It's the flavors of Mingua beef jerky, each one handmade from Ronnie Mingue's all-natural recipe using top-quality beef. That's what makes Mingua beef jerky stand out. Take it from me, Tom Leach. Pick up a package today, and if you don't see it, ask for it. And check them out online at MinguaBeefJerky.com. That's MINGUA beefjerky.com. And go there today to see their newest product, Mingua beef jerky meat sticks in mild, hot, or honey barbecue.
The future of healthcare seems dark at times, but for patients in Kentucky with diagnostic imaging needs, there's a place with clarity and a compassionate staff. Lexington Diagnostic Center and Open MRI provides quality patient care while saving you hundreds to thousands of dollars as compared to hospital-based centers. Remember, for your medical imaging needs, you have a choice. Lexington Diagnostic Center and Open MRI.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for
Top of the fourth inning, Madison Central now with a 4-run lead, and Sam Sutton toes the rubber after hitting a solo home run in the bottom of the last inning to get the Cardinals on the board, and he throws the first pitch strike to Jeremy Cox. Cox struck out his first time up, and he was at the plate in the third inning when Huckel got picked off. Misses next with the next pitch. It's the ball and a strike. The 1-1 to Cox. Outside. 2-1.
Yeah, still a lot of baseball game left here, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Madison Central, certainly desires to keep the pressure on Scott County here. Know that offense can wake up at any time.
The 2-1 to Cox. Outside corner right at the knees. We go 2-2 now. The 2-2 now. This one hit straight up in the air. Harbison couldn't find it till just now, and fortunately for the Cardinals, it's out of play behind the screen.
Yeah, the Central hitters seem to be up on the plate a little bit with Sutton working primarily outside. Maybe made a little adjustment, see if Sutton adjusts back and tries to go inside a little more.
If you remember last night, I think this is the adjustment Cox made against Hilbert of Woodford County, and then the long one came.
Yeah, that was a no-doubter.
We've had a couple in this tournament. We had a young man back for Lafayette in the opening game of the tournament. Hit his first ever home run.
And his first at-bat.
Yeah. He's a pitcher and a leadoff walk to Cox. So Central again putting the pressure on with a leadoff man reaching. And Wheeler's going to come out and talk to his left-hander. I don't see anybody. And got a glove being pitched to one of the coaches to play catch for
Mckee, maybe.
Maybe. Let's see what we got here. Yep, he took it from Sutton, and Sutton not happy.
I believe McKee's going to come in.
Yep, that was one of those.
Didn't seem thrown in the bullpen at all, though.
No,
so
well.
A little interesting.
He's one of those got a rubber arm. Just bring me in, coach, I'll throw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get that kind of bulldog mentality, does
Like
McKee.
coaches when you ask us to throw batting practice every day, right?
I was one of those coaches that didn't. I said I gave him enough home runs in my career. I don't need to see any batting practice too. Actually, I hold several distinctions. One, I hold the most home runs giving up. I have the longest home run. I have the highest home run. And then I was on the base pass for Austin Kearns as one of the 3 or 4 that he put on the roof of the gymnasium at Lafayette. So but we've seen more balls, because we've talked about this while McKee warms up. We've seen this ballpark give up more home runs in this week of baseball than we've seen in probably ever.
Yeah.
Was he left-handed hitter or right-handed hitter? If he was right-handed, it's my brother Ryan. 10 years ago, it was Kyle. Kyle was down. My brother Kyle was in Mobile. Was he talking? Well, that's both of them. Hey, well, Coach Knight, you've played up here, William, when you played in your high school days. You've not seen the balls fly out of this park like we had this week, have you, though? We've seen a lot of balls fly out of here.
Yeah.
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 Morning track power, yeah.
Bringing Western Hills here
I
a
hope
couple
there's
times a
nobody
year.
below there. I'll tell you, Coach Knight, we've seen a lot of things. For things that Sutton now goes from the pitching mound out to his normal position of center field, and he's kind of stretching out there right now. And I believe they moved
center fielder to the left.
Yeah, Rankin to left, and Mckee
left.
comes in. So we
and
have
McKee's another lefty, obviously, for Scott County. He's, we've seen him work, and he's going to try to just pound that outside corner with a fastball and bury that breaking ball in on the hitter's toes, and loves to work as quickly as he can.
I found more left-handers at the high school level like to work fast.
Yeah, well, it's something, as a.
On down to second goes Cox.
They just gave him a free bunt.
Yep,
Now you don't have to bunt.
That was a wild.
Unless you want to bunt him to third.
That was a wild pitch by Mckee. And Harpster kind of looked like maybe got a little lackadaisical there. Didn't really move his body over in front, tried to glove it.
Yeah. Going back to the tempo, as a coach, you try to get your pitchers to work fast because it keeps everybody engaged. In a day and age when teenagers' attention spans aren't great.
Bunt down the third baseline, a good one by Story. On to first, just ahead of the foot of Story, and a nice play by Mckee to throw him out. To Cooper Robb covering first base. The out goes 2-4 on the sacrifice bunt. Cox moves to third. Cox is one of those, I think, 3 or 4 Indian baseball players that also play football in the fall, and he plays a linebacker. He runs like a linebacker.
Yeah, he's definitely a big kid.
Big boy.
Good bunt there by the 9-hole hitter Story.
They try to do another suicide squeeze, and that looked like a safety squeeze that time instead of the straight suicide.
Yeah, more of a safety. I don't think they would start the big boy there at third on a safety or on a suicide squeeze. Just seeing if they can push bunt it and get it in a place where the runner can reach home.
Eden fouled it off, 0-1. One thing's for sure, they get that big body going forward, it's hard to slow it or stop it for that matter. The 0-1 inside, nice play by Harbison. Man, I don't know how he got to that one, but he might have looked like he may have knocked it down with maybe his rib cage or maybe that right arm.
Yeah, good stop there to keep that runner from coming in on the pass ball. Just, excellent use of small ball. Teams that run the bases like Madison Central does and has the ability to use the small ball when they need to. They're hard to keep from scoring runs.
The infield is in, and the first baseman, Will Hoyt's almost down the throat of Eden. Kind of reminds me where Will Hoyt is at first, and I'm really showing my age against Gary Ball's New York Yankees. Pete Rose came in about halfway down the third baseline and choked off Mickey Rivers in 76. Rivers went 0 for the series, I think. Pitch is high, 3-1 now. Do you remember that series, Gary? Yeah, I do. And Pete Rose, and of course, how many third basemen would come in and play that shallow?
Not a whole lot.
Somebody's got a little left of center, maybe. But this is a big pitch here for Mckee to try to retire. Ground it right up the middle and into center field to hit. Cox can jog home. 6-1, Madison Central.
Just what you want there from your leadoff hitter. You move him to third. You get the advantage of the pass ball, the free base at second. Move him to third with a nice bunt. Then you're, the forces Scott County to bring the defense in, bring the infield all the way in on the grass, and Trey Eden just pokes one up the middle there and gets the RBI.
And he didn't try to do too much with it. It was out away from him. He could have tried to pull that and it had been a ground ball right at the third baseman or the shortstop, and Cox would not have been able to score. So it's 6-1 now. This one fouled. Hit it right off the end of the bat. Right down the first lane. The out at first. And then Will Hoyt throws it into left field. On his way to third is Eden. He's in there.
Good base running there by Trey.
Another error on the Scott County defense. And tell you what, I thought the thing was going to go foul or fouled back. And it hit in foul territory off the end of the bat by Thomason. And then get back into fair territory and drove right down that first baseline.
Yeah, and it looked like the umpire may have got in the way just a tad there at second base on the throw from first base to try to get that tag down. But throw wasn't very good, goes out into left field. Another runner at third base for the Indians.
2 outs in the inning, Eden at third. This one grounded to the second baseman, Robb. Throws on to first base, inning over. But in the inning, the Indians get another run on a couple of hits. And we move to the bottom of the fourth. It's Central 6, Scott County 1. We'll be back with more here on PrepSpin.com.
Hey, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of their 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
I work really hard, but I'm struggling to pay my bills on time. I've gotten pretty far behind, and I don't know what to do.
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78 now. The consultation is free. In Lexington and now in London.
I work really hard, but I don't make a whole lot of money. And now, my hours are being cut back at work. I've gotten so far behind on my bills, I feel like I'll never get caught up.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
We're not going to judge you.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78 now. The consultation is free.
Caden Mckee leading off the bottom half of the fourth inning. First pitch swinging. Hits it straight away center field. Eden goes back and makes the play. And one pitch, one out. And if you're Coach Steve Roof, you like to see that. Cameron Travis has come in relief of Bryce Travis. He's thrown two pitches, got two outs.
Yeah, that's definitely what you want to see. Like I said, coming in just wants to throw strikes, with the 5-run lead now after them getting the run back in the top of the inning.
This one hit hard. Off the diving third baseman Simmons into left field. Base hit here for Ryan Hannebach. He's now 1 for 2. He reached on an error back in the second inning. Brings up the shortstop Trent Fox. Fox is 0 for 1. He flew out to right field back in that second inning. Right now, a 3-hitter being thrown by the combination of Bryce Travis and Cameron Travis. Breaking pitch on the inside corner, a strike.
Yeah, good breaking ball there to get ahead. And if you're Scott County, you're just trying to, chip away. You don't need all 5 runs back in the same inning. Obviously, you take that, but, get 1 here, 2 there. Still got some at-bats left.
Travis and Travis, that sounds like an accounting firm, doesn't it? Another breaking pitch on the inside corner, just off the plate. He was a count of ball and a strike to the right hand hitting Trent Fox. A 1-1 count, 1 out. A runner on at first. This one fouled off and hits the brick wall right below the screen here behind home plate.
Yeah, good movement on the breaking ball there. Hard to pick up from that 3/4, arm slot.
And really, the only way we could describe it is when Cameron Travis starts forward with that arm, it's down around the hip and pointing. His hand is pointing directly at Scott Willard, the Scott County head coach, in third base box right there.
Yeah, not quite all the way sidearm, but enough so that it kind of looks like it's coming from the shortstop, kind of behind a right-handed hitter, which is hard to pick up, and it's a quick change and a quick adjustment for high school hitters.
The 2-2. Came over the top a little bit more of that one, moved the arm slot up and threw a nice slow breaking pitch.
Yeah, that breaking pitch had a little more downward movement than the previous breaking pitches that were sliding a little more. Definitely fooled the hitter there for the second out.
He probably moved that arm slot up about 4 or 5 inches right there when he came with that breaking pitch. That was interesting. You don't see too many sidearm pitchers that do that in their delivery to the plate. They normally do that when they're thrown to a base.
Correct.
Pitch is on the outside corner, a strike. And right now, Cameron Travis peppering the strike zone with strikes. The 0-1 coming to the leadoff. This is Sutton, right? Yes.
Yes.
Check swing, and he went around. 0-2 now to Sutton. He was guessing fastball, and he got a breaking pitch that never got to the plate.
Yeah, Travis certainly has these Scott County hitters fooled a little bit right now with the breaking pitch. Just not quite picking it up out of the arm slot.
The 0-2 to Sutton coming. Gary Ball will be back to bring you the fifth here. Boy, I tell you, we talk about throwing to the mitt. Snap was way out in the left-hand batter's box, and he hit snap right between the 1 and the 4.
Probably setting up another breaking ball there.
Mm-hmm. The 1-2. He took a lot. That looked like a knuckleball, Coach. The way that thing came in there. It looked like he was dancing a little bit.
It's definitely good movement.
Might be that smoke in my eyes.
Smells good, though.
It does, doesn't it? Coach Knight recommends the hamburgers if you ever come down here to Chandler Field. The 1-2. Outside, nice job by Snap. We go 2-2 now with 2 outs and a runner on and a 5-run lead for Central as we play here in the bottom of the 4th. So still a lot of baseball for Scott County's offense. Swung on and missed by Sutton, and another good pitch by Cameron Travis. No runs. 1 hit. No errors, 1 left. Through 4, it's Central on top of Scott County, 6-1. Gary Ball back with the 5th inning here on PrepSpin.
In Lexington and now in London.
At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
For Madison Central here in the top half of the 5th, it'll be Ben Snap, Devin Huckel, and Jeremy Cox. Gary Ball back with Seth Knight, the head man at Paul Lawrence Dunbar. The Bulldogs biting over there off Man of War.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. Like to bite a little more sometimes, but, you know.
So what's your summer like? You got the summer baseball team. You got what, JB? What you got?
Yeah, we do. I coach in for the Elite Baseball Club, which is an AAU or travel program. We have 12 to 14 teams, all different ages. I have 17U this year, so it'll be a fun summer. Have 3 or 4 Dunbar kids, some local kids, some Madison Central kids, Catholic kids, just kind of kids from all over the state. Fern Creek, Trinity. So it's a good time. It's a good program. It'll be fun.
Sounds like a good program. Well, as we head to the 5th inning for Madison Central, Ben Snap facing Cade Mckee, who came in the last inning in relief for Scott County. That pitch is going to be ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes to Snap. Then Huckel on deck. Snap's been a busy guy.
He's done some damage today.
Pitch is a strike on the outside corner on that Mckee fast breaking pitch, hit that corner. 1 ball, 1 strike here in the 5th inning. 6-1, Madison Central. Are you surprised by this score, Coach?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, not necessarily the fact that Madison Central has 6 runs. They're a good offense
really good
and very well coached. The pitchers of Madison Central being able to keep Scott County down.
And that pitch is a call strike inside portion. Madison Central fans thought it missed a little bit inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Snap, the leadoff hitter here in the top half of the 5th. And that ball swung on a miss out in front of the plate. Catcher will have to retire him. Quickly down the first, and he is out on a bang-bang play.
Yeah, Snap runs well for a catcher. Harbison took his time there a little bit, and I thought it may be too much time, but just beats it and records the out.
Well, Snap sure does run well for a catcher. He got down that line, didn't he? 1 out brings up Huckel. Jeremy Cox on deck for Madison Central, top half of the 5th. They lead 6-1. Scott County has won this region the last 2 years. They won in 16 and 17. Trying to win it again, a three-peat here in 18, but Madison Central up right now 6-1.
Who won it in 15, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly right. That's what I was saying about you think about Catholic, LCA, Dunbar, Lafayette, all those teams, Tates Creek, but these two teams have been the dominant force in this region the last several years. Ball chopped right back to Mckee. He'll field third base side, turn around, and flip it to first base for the second out. 2 outs. You know, I go back to the 2003 Dunbar team that won the state championship. Ellis and company.
That was a fun bunch of kids, fun bunch of players, and obviously.
I can't believe that was 15 years ago.
I know, it makes me feel old.
15 years, Coach.
Yeah, that was my first year of coaching high school baseball.
It was my second year of covering Central Kentucky.
Yeah.
Was that year. Mickey Marshall's team, yep. And, boy, I tell you, you were loaded. Who was the big kid, the big first baseman?
Dustin Morrow.
Oh, my. He was –
called him Moose.
Yeah, Moose. He was a big dude. Yeah, it was 2000.
07.
Yeah, it was 07. That was a little bit later.
Also loaded that year.
But, you know, we'll go back to that string of champions by, you know, Lafayette the next year had Chaz Rowe.
Yeah.
They went to the state finals, lost to Christian County. Ball hit out toward right field. That'll be foul.
When you had Catholic in 99.
Yeah.
Catholic again in 06, I believe.
Yep.
LCA in 05.
Ben Revere.
Right. Lexington had a good run there for 6 or 7 years.
And then lately it's been PRP.
PRP. What a program.
Bill Miller was sure missing. He was a great guy. Great coach.
You know,
Can you believe he won 1,200 and something games?
You know, I figured out if I coach for another 30 years and win 30 games every year,
yes, sir,
I'm still 150 short.
Oh, my goodness. That's phenomenal. That's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable what Bill Miller did, and we sure miss him. He went to KHSA Hall of Fame. I was at that Hall of Fame banquet. There wasn't a dry eye in the house when they did that video. Strike 3 as he gets Cox swinging. Strikes out 2 victims at 5th inning. So we move to the bottom of the 5th. Madison Central 6. Scott County 1 here on PrepSpin.com.
Take a little walk with me. I'll keep you in good company and be there for you till the end. You'll never be alone, my friend.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
I'm on a fixed income. Credit cards help me balance the money that's coming in and what I need to live on. I've thought about bankruptcy, but how am I supposed to pay for it?
Sometimes the people that need help the most are the very people who can least afford it.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78 now. The consultation is free. In Lexington.
And Cal Harbison will lead off the bottom of the 5th. Trace Wilhoit and Van Valkenburg. Facing Travis, swing and a miss.
Just can't seem to figure out the curveball from Travis here, this Scott County lineup. They'd like to get something going here. They're running out of outs here a little bit and don't want to leave it all up to the last inning, that's for sure.
Cameron, a right-hander. Cameron has swing and a miss, throws the bat over into the dugout area and misses the guy on deck, but slipped out of his hands, and Harbison strikes out here in the bottom of the 5th. 1 out.
Tough walk there, then you got to go back and pick the bat up you threw.
Say sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Yep. Brings up Trace Wilhoit, dangerous 3-hole hitter. They usually tell you that the 3-hole guy, the number 3 hitter, is the best hitter on the team. And that's probably true for Mr. Wilhoit. Ball's going to be down the right field line and just into the foul territory out there, out of play.
Yeah, typically, you think the third hitter being the best. I've seen some high school teams throughout, the last 2 or 3 years, especially this season, go with, the best guy as the leadoff hitter, I guess, to get him more at bats.
Does Votto hit third for the Reds?
I'm not sure because I'm a Braves guy.
Yeah, yeah. And there's a pitch just miss.
I believe he does.
I believe he does too. He might hit fourth, but I believe it is third. Will Hoyt and Van Valkenburg here in the bottom of the fifth. 6-1 Madison Central leading Scott County. Ball fouled out of play behind home plate. Scott County defending champs of this 11th region. Madison Central, last time they won it, I believe, was in 15. Indians have a good program under Steve Roof. Ball just missed outside. I still think they hold the distinction of being the only undefeated and state championship team. I believe that was 82 or 83 where they went 41-0 and won it all.
You are correct. That's impossible to do. Impossible.
Cameron's pitch misses outside from Cameron Travis,
doing
right-handed.
a good job here with this Scott County hitters of kind of lulling them to sleep, throwing breaking ball, and then he just sneaks a fastball by him every now and then.
11th region winner moves on to the state tournament next week, ball 4, and they will play, I believe, Friday night?
I believe it's Friday night.
The 4th region?
4th region.
So that's a good at-bat there by Will Hoyt. He draws the base on balls. He walks down to first, brings up Van Valkenburg with Cooper Robb on deck. Scott County trying to get something going here in the bottom of the fifth, down 5 runs.
Tell you that Thursday night matchup, St. X PRP, first round.
Oh, yeah. A doozy. A lot of people will be attending that game. The Tigers and the Panthers, because they'll be winning it for, Bill Miller.
That's right. Number 1 versus number 2 in the state.
Ball lofted toward center field. Center fielder coming over toward right. On the run and makes the grab on the run out there in center field. Boy, you had to come a long way, Coach.
Yeah, we've seen a couple baseballs hit out towards center field that just kind of hung up in the air, and the center fielder has to run a lot farther than they originally thought they needed to.
Two outs. Brings up Cooper Robb here in the bottom of the fifth. Pitch, and that's going to be a ball outside.
Certainly almost what we call pitching backwards here at this point. Instead of getting ahead with the fastball and then going to the breaking pitch, he's doing it the opposite.
It's a 1-0 pitch outside. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Madison Central 6, Scott County 1.
I believe we have Lucas Myers getting loose down there in the bullpen for the Indians. Another lefty.
Pitch to Robb, swings through it. Strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Cooper here in the bottom half of the fifth. Aaron Douglas will be back to give you inning number 6 here with Seth Knight on PrepSpin.com. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Can catch up to that one. Tell you what, Travis is coming with some low heat.
Doing a good job.
Keeping it down.
Just what the doctor ordered from Coach Roof.
Cooper Robb pulls it, foul down the third base sign, outside of the batter's box. On deck circle over there, and I tell you, got Coach Willard down there doing the dance. Get out of the way of that ball. Third baseman's deep at third, and that ball's hit out toward right field. Base hit. Drops in front of the right fielder out there. Runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the fifth as Cooper Robb gets a base hit.
Yeah, good job by Cooper there on the fastball outside, outer half. Just keeping the hands inside, flipping it out to right field with 2 strikes there to extend this inning.
Keeps it going. Bryce Fryman, the right fielder, with Cade Mckee on deck, who's got some power.
Coach Roof directing traffic there a little bit, definitely shading Bryce to pull.
Coach Willard comes down and talks to Fryman. Bryce, a really good football player. Running back.
Put together very well. Good-looking athlete. Strong, runs well.
Here's a 1-2. I mean, here's the pitch, and that's going to be a call strike. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 5th inning.
And he can make this 6-4 in a hurry.
Brothers at first and second. Fryman behind 0-1 and swing. He tried to make it a 6-4 ball game in a hurry, didn't he? That one swing. 0-2. 2 outs. Check. Pitch. Swings and strikes him out. Scott County frustrated right now. That's the 3rd out of the inning. Madison Central, as we've played 5 for Scott County, no runs. They get a hit. They leave 2 men on base. As we go to the 6th inning, Darren Douglas will be back. 6-1. Madison Central leading Scott County here on PrepSpin.com.
Now in London.
What's your starting 5? How about this one? Mild, hot, Cajun, barbecue, and teriyaki. It's the flavors of Mingua beef jerky, each one handmade from Ronnie Mingue's all-natural recipe using top-quality beef. That's what makes Mingua beef jerky stand out. Take it from me, Tom Leach. Pick up a package today, and if you don't see it, ask for it. And check them out online at MinguaBeefJerky.com. That's MINGUA beefjerky.com. And go there today to see their newest product, Mingua beef jerky meat sticks in mild, hot, or honey barbecue.
The future of healthcare seems dark at times, but for patients in Kentucky with diagnostic imaging needs, there's a place with clarity and a compassionate staff. Lexington Diagnostic Center and Open MRI provides quality patient care while saving you hundreds to thousands of dollars as compared to hospital-based centers. Remember, for your medical imaging needs, you have a choice. Lexington Diagnostic Center and Open MRI.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
I work.
It'll be the bottom 3rd of the order as we go to the top of the 6th inning. Madison Central on top, 6-1. Line scores for both teams, 6-5-1 for Central, 1-4-2 for Scott County. It'll be Bryce Travis, the 7-hole hitter, leading off. And Travis is 0 for 2. This one hit hard into center field. Sutton going back. Has it. And there's 1 pitch, 1 out.
Hit pretty well there. Unfortunately, just right at the center fielder. Center fielder got a good break on it, played it well. He's going to catch most things in the air out there in center field. Good center fielder out there for Scott County.
You know, you're in trouble if you're an outfielder and your infielders have to see the numbers on the back of your jersey. Sutton played that one about as well. This one, first pitch swinging. Back goes Rankin. About 5 steps from the warning track. 2 pitches, 2 fly ball outs. I'm either Central's being really aggressive at the plate. They don't want to hear me on the air, or Coach Roof is sending me a message subliminally.
Just being aggressive. I mean, that's not unlike Madison Central's offense. Got 2 pretty good pitches to hit there and barreled them up. Just unfortunately got under them a little bit.
The 9-hole hitter, 0 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt is Tyler Story. Takes a first pitch strike.
Yeah, really good sac bunt that led to a run for Madison Central.
Matter of fact, I think he was the one that dropped down the suicide squeeze back in that 2-run, run in the 4th. Nice base hit by Story. Took an outside pitch right back up the box and into center field for a hit. So 2 outs and a runner on to be back to the top of the order. And Trey Eden, who is 1 for 3. A fly ball out to start this ball game this afternoon. Then a strikeout in the 2nd. And then an RBI single back in that fourth inning. Takes the first pitch outside from Mckee. The 1-0 hit in the air to right field. Fryman coming in. Has it. And the inning is over. A hit, no runs, one left. We are through 5.5 here in Versailles. Central continues to lead 6-1 on PrepSpin.com.
Hard, but I'm struggling to pay my bills on time. I've gotten pretty far behind and I don't know what to do.
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78 now. The consultation is free. In Lexington and now in London.
I work really hard, but I don't make a whole lot of money. And now my hours are being cut back at work. I've gotten so far behind on my bills, I feel like I'll never get caught up.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
We're not going to judge you.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78 now. The consultation is free. 859-CALL-US. In Lexington and now in London.
At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
Cade Mckee leading off the bottom of the sixth inning for Scott County. He's 0 for 2, a strikeout, a flyout. Takes a pitch away from Cameron Travis. In his second full inning of work, he came in relief of Bryce Travis back in the fourth inning with 2 outs. Got the only batter he faced with 1 pitch. Fastball inside corner, a ball and 2 strikes now to Mckee.
Yeah, and this is where if you're Scott County, you really want to try to get something going.
Got to get you a couple of, at least a couple runs here. The 1-2 to Mckee, just off the inner half. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Just base runners. You know, you're telling your hitters to get on base any way possible. Work counts, work at bats.
Take one for the team.
That's right. Anything you have to do to get on base.
The 2-2. This one hit off the fist. Back going Thomason, just out of his reach and into left center field for a hit. Shows you the strength of Mckee there. As Travis got in on his hands, he just fought it off the handle of the bat and had enough on it just to get it out of the reach of the future EKU Colonel. Thomason, the shortstop.
And if you're Scott County, that's what you need.
In to run for the Cardinals for the courtesy runner. Rylan Reed. They had to wait to see where that number was, and guess what? He's not on the roster that they gave us. Actually, it's one of those KHSAA rosters that they gave us. So Rylan Reed, the courtesy runner for the pitcher Mckee at first base. On this roster, they have Reed as a number 22. So he's 13.
Sometimes jerseys get mixed up.
Yeah, you did that to me this year earlier.
Yep, those things happen.
Daggone you. The roster Coach Knight gave me, Gary, had white and black, white and red numbers, or no, white and black, and they throw high down to first, and they come out in red jerseys, and guess what? The numbers are all screwed up. Baseball coaches don't do that. It's usually football coaches that do that to you.
We're just trying to keep you on your toes.
Well, I did see a heck of a baseball game that night, though. Good pitch and just missed, just low did Travis Dunbar, 13-12. Both teams had crooked numbers all over. Used 11 pitchers between the two teams.
It was not a defensive battle.
It was not a defensive battle, and the wind was not blowing at all. I think we got it at 11:30, Coach, something like that.
It was a late one.
Thank goodness it was a Friday night.
It was a late one.
Mm-hmm. Game started at 7:30, went 4 hours. It was an unbelievable game. Gary Ball would have checked out on inning number 3. Both teams scored in every inning but the 6th.
Yes.
Whole lot of crooked numbers all over that board out there. Your scoreboard operator was going nuts up in the press box with me. This one grounded down to third, foul. Coach, we talk about that game being a double-digit scoring game by both teams. We've seen some ridiculous scores in not only this region but other regions tonight this year. The finals of the 15th go to Corbin, 17-10 over Whitley County as a football score.
Yeah, offense is pretty good around the state, I think. I've seen a lot of scores kind of lopsided.
Swung on and missed, foul tipped into the mitt of Snap. And Hannibach retired. And with 1 out in the inning, brings up the shortstop, Trent Fox. Fox is 0 for 2. A fly out in the second, then a strikeout in the 4th. Slow breaking pitch, and firing it down the right field line is Snap. And into second base goes Reed, the courtesy runner for the pitcher, Mckee. Boy, as soon as Snap let that go, he dropped his head. He knew it was gone.
Yeah, stood up a little bit and kind of leaned back on the throw instead of following it towards first base. Threw it out into right field.
Yeah, nice job by Cox out in right field for Madison Central backing up on the play.
Not a play you necessarily need to make, but at the same time, that's what Madison Central does. They're going to be aggressive and try to make plays.
That's when you need somebody the size of Franklin County's first baseman, Walker Lee, about 6'5", to go up and get it. Unfortunately, Bryce Travis is nowhere near 6'5". Was he about 5'11"?
Yeah, close to that.
Yeah. Nice pitch, but he just missed the outside corner. I tell you, Cameron Travis is wearing out that outside corner.
He's doing a heck of a job coming in here for Steve Roof and just throwing strike after strike, keeping the Scott County guys off balance.
He just missed. He just missed with that one. He's expanding the zone too. See how much that strike on that outside corner. See how much that will expand as he keeps peppering that outside edge.
Well, and that time he went a little in. The fastball's running a little bit, with that 3/4 arm slot. He's been effective.
Very much so. And, of course, that arm slot that we're talking about, that 3/4 side arm or whatever we want to call it, I think Pedro Bourbon called that just the rubber arm. This one hits straight up in the air. And in foul territory is the first baseman, Bryce Travis. And in the right first base coaching box, he makes the play, and there's 2 gone. At the conclusion of this inning, Gary Ball will be back to take you through the 7th inning. And should Scott County possess some kind of comeback here late in this one and force extra innings, I'll join you for inning number 8 if we need it. Coach Knight's on the call till we let him go.
Amen. Sounds good to me.
2 outs in the 6th with a runner at second base. Cardinals trail 6-2. And, boy, I tell you, the 2 looks at bat that Sam Sutton has had at Cameron Travis, he's not looked good. He's not picking up the baseball at all.
Yeah, the curveball's certainly fooling him. Having a hard time staying back.
The 0-1 from Travis to Sutton. Again, he had him to chase. And he did go. He doesn't agree with it, but he did go. And again, it's that breaking pitch from Travis. You said he's having a real tough time picking up the sidearm offerings.
I'd be shocked if he sees anything else. Maybe a fastball way outside, but I'd say he buries a curveball here.
Or way up in the zone. The 0-2 to Sutton coming.
Fastball outside. There you go.
And again, he misses the mitt this time. Snap was way out in that left-hand batter's box. And Travis tried to put it on the mitt, just missed a little bit up. A ball and 2 strikes now on its way to Sutton with Reed, the courtesy runner at second base. Breaking pitch, got him. Cameron Travis. When I talked to Coach Roof, Coach, I've never heard that name mentioned in his pitching staff. We're learning about the young man today, aren't we? We're through 6 here in Versailles. Central just 3 outs away as they come to bat in the 7th inning on PrepSpin.com.
Take a little walk with me. I'll keep you in good company and be there for you till the end. You'll never be alone, my friend.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
I'm on a fixed income. Credit cards help me balance the money that's coming in and what I need to live on. I've thought about bankruptcy, but how am I supposed to pay for it?
Sometimes the people that need help the most are the very people who can least afford it.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78 now. The consultation is free. In Lexington and now in London.
Logan Thomason, Scott Simmons, Ben Snap, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Madison Central here in the top half of the 7th inning, facing Cade Mckee, who's in relief for his 3rd inning. And that pitch is slapped down third base, through the third baseman, out to left field, a base hit off the bat of Thomason. Takes a deep look down at first base, out at left field. So Thomason smacks a single, gets through the third baseman, and so Madison Central has a leadoff hitter here in the top of the 7th, up 6-1.
Yeah, good job of being aggressive there by Thomason. Just found the first pitch he liked, put it right past the third baseman. Foot on the gas for Madison Central.
Brings up Scott Simmons. Ben Snap. Runner out at first is Thomason. Cade Mckee a little bit concerned about him. He's a good base runner. Should be. Mckee out of the stretch now. Here's the pitch. Squaring around and staying away from that pitch. Ball 1. We're in the 7th inning of the 11th region final, and Madison Central, I tell you what, Coach, they got a 3 spot in that first, and man, they've rode that to the 6-1 lead.
Yeah, played an excellent baseball game all around.
McKee throws over to first, getting back in time there. Thomason, the shortstop. I believe he's headed to Eastern, isn't he? Eastern Kentucky.
You are correct.
Plays college baseball at Eastern Kentucky. Checks a runner and throws over there. Before the game tonight, we honored Matt Calvert, the longtime Woodford County Yellow Jacket broadcaster, friend of mine, friend of Darren's, and threw out the first pitch. Here's the ball chopped down towards short. Be a tough play. Shortstop fires and retires as Fox to Will Hoyt. He gets the runner, but he moves Thomason on down to second base.
Yeah, basically all the shortstop had there. High hopper over the mound. Didn't have any play at second for that matter. Recorded the out, but moved the runner to second base.
So runner out at second, 1 out. Brings up Ben Snap, and he struck out his last time up, but prior to that he was very busy at the plate. Scored a couple of runs.
He had a good day at the plate.
So Snap, then Huckel. Here's the pitch, and he hits that out toward left field, and that'll be extra bases. 1 run. Here comes Thomason around third. And going into second base with a stand-up double and RBI is Ben Snap. And it's 7-1, so a little insurance there for Madison Central.
Just a really dangerous hitter. You know, you get a guy in scoring position with him at the plate. You like where you are if you're Coach Steve Roof, and he certainly produced today like he's done all season.
Devin Huckel up there now. Jeremy Cox on deck for Madison Central. One out, and that was a tough play by the shortstop. Bounded over the pitcher, and that pitch is going to be a call strike to Hukel with Cox on deck. Chopper was hit over Mckee, and shortstop Fox charged it, threw it over to first base for the out. That tough way to get an out here in this inning. One out. Snap leads out at second. Fire trying to get him out there back in plenty of time. Mckee came in relief for Scott County. Ball chopped foul into the dugout area, third base side. Oh ball, no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 coming to Hukel with Jeremy Cox on deck.
Ferris off and running on that pitch once again. You know, Madison Central still being aggressive.
Yeah, Ferris in there as your right courtesy runner there for a snap, the catcher. Ferris been busy too. And that's going to be called strike 3 as he rung him up.
Good pitch there by Mckee. Fooled him on the curveball. Kind of froze him at the plate. Record the second out of the inning here.
We're in the 7th inning, 2 outs. Madison Central. Mckee looks back at second. Little time called at the plate. A lot of dancing going on there, Coach.
Yeah, that's what Madison Central does. It's by design. Most of their base runners will do it, and it's designed to keep the pitcher's attention away from home plate. And at the same time, the base runner's trying to time him up so he can possibly steal third base.
2 outs. McKee's pitch is hit, and that's a base hit. They're going to
call it a balk.
Yeah, they called a balk on Mckee, and
that's a dead ball.
Yeah, Ferris will have to go back. So they send Ferris back to third.
They've changed that rule a couple times in high school baseball. It used to be an instant dead ball as it is now, and then they changed it to a delayed dead ball where you could take the result of the play if you wished, which obviously Steve Roof would have done right there with the RBI single, but it is back to an instant dead ball.
Yep, so here's Cox back up there. Ferris out at third base. Key's pitch, and that's going to be a little bit low. 1 ball, no strikes here in the 7th inning, 2 outs. 7-1 Madison Central. Mckee, the wind, and the ball hit out. Same results, base hit. Cox delivers Ferris, and it's 8-1 Madison Central.
Going every run's huge here for Madison Central. You know Scott County's offense is still on the other side. As long as there's 3 outs left in this game, you're not going to feel comfortable over there if you're Coach Roof and the Indians.
That brings up Bryce Travis with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Scott County with a 30-6 record. They're usually not on the losing end of scores like this very often. 8-1.
You're correct. Madison Central's just played a really good baseball game today, top to bottom, offensively and defensively, and got good performances on the mound.
Pitch to Travis was high. 1 ball, no strikes. Cox getting the lead out at first. Pitch is going to be ball in. No, call strike. That was a little bit low, but I'm up here in the press box, and he's right behind home plate.
He's got a little better view than we do.
1 ball, 1 strike. Mckee the pitch, and that's going to be a ball.
Well, Scott County hasn't necessarily played bad at all. They're just being beaten right now by Madison Central, and better team today so far.
Ball pulled foul down the first base line, out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the 7th inning of an 8-1 ball game. So Madison Central comes out in the bottom of the 7th. They've got to give up a lot of runs to Scott County to lose this game. 7 to tie. Swing and a miss. Strikes him out. Damage is done. 2 runs on a couple of hits with Scott County coming to bat in the bottom of the 7th. Madison Central 8. Scott County 1, Coach. We got to keep it right here.
No problem.
And it's 8 to 1. And I tell you what, this young pitcher, Cameron Travis, has come in and been very, very effective.
It's been spectacular, for Coach Roof to bring him in there, obviously in the region finals. Giving them everything they want in relief. He's working quick. He's throwing strikes. Does he have any walks? Maybe one. That's what you want your relief guy to do, is come in and pound the strike zone and make Scott County put the ball in play.
And I think at times when Scott County had a dangerous hitter at the plate, he's really come with a really good pitch that's really fooled them, like an all-speed pitch or curve or a screwball, something like that that's really broken off the plate. And it's really fooled the Scott County batters.
Yeah, certainly. They do not seem to like his curveball today, and he's, like I said earlier, kind of pitching backwards. Most pitchers use the fastball to get ahead and the breaking pitch to get outs, and he's using that breaking pitch primarily to get ahead of hitters and get outs on some occasions, and then trying to sneak a fastball by every now and then, and it's been really effective.
Catcher Cal Harbison and Trace Wilhoit, Kevin Van Valkenburg. So Harbison leads off, facing Cam Travis here in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch, first pitch, hit out toward right field. Base hit as it drops in there. So Harbison comes up with a base hit.
And I can tell you, Steve Roof in the dugout, with 3 outs to make it to the state tournament, this first out seems like it is the hardest thing to get in.
Luke Myers is out in the bullpen, and Darren says double action out there.
Can't see the other member.
Got a binoculars back here. Looks like so a runner on. Did we get Sammy Daniel out there for Harbison? Pinch runner, courtesy runner.
Myers. On the left, Luke Myers.
So here comes Coach Roof. And that's done it for Travis. He gets a good ovation here in the 7th.
Fantastic work.
And Darren, I'll let you take it, and we'll talk about the new pitcher and coming in with Coach.
Coach Knight, they're going to a guy that we saw on Monday against Bryan Station. Had a perfect game through 4, a no-hitter through 5 and 2/3, and gave up a 2-out single in the bottom of the 7th inning to Burdette that broke up the no-hitter Luke Myers.
Yeah, worked pretty typical lefty, not as much velocity, but uses 3 pitches well, throws his curveball for a strike, and certainly had Bryan Station off balance and off kilter on Monday during that game, and through a gem, complete games, 70 pitches, somewhere around that, and got a big win for Madison Central, and now he's asked to come in and get 3 outs to take him to the state tournament.
He's the typical left-hander you call crafty.
Yes.
Not the Billy Wagners or Rollins Chapman that tried to knock the catcher's hand off.
Correct.
Gary, back to you, buddy.
Thank you, Darren. That's a pretty good wrap there on Lucas Myers, a lefty. Came in, of course, pitched a really good ball game in their opening round win. And he's in there in relief here of Cam Travis. And we go now to the bottom of the 7th inning and bringing up Trace Wilhoit. So you got the leadoff hit by Harbison. Wilhoit now. Van Valkenburg on deck for Scott County Cardinals. They trail 8-1 here in the regional final to Madison Central. Myers a pitch, and that's going to be a call strike. I tell you what, he may be little in stature, but he throws some big pitches.
He does. He's performed well here in the region, and Scott County probably taking to get a strike here, just trying to get on base as many times as we can here.
Wilhoit, and that's going to be a ball, just missed high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, you see about 500 umpires back there from Madison Central. They thought it was a strike.
That's right. 3 outs away. They're anxious. Can't blame them.
Here's the pitch, and that ball lofted out toward right field. Right field going back on it, and in deep right field, it's caught for the first out. So Central 2 outs away.
And that's a hard one. And it can't really be explained why, but that first out in the 7th inning, staring a region title in the face is the one that makes you nervous.
And Valkenburg now struck out in the first. Reached third in a base on balls back in the third. And there's a ball hit down toward third fields. Fires over to short and safe as the second baseman dropped the ball.
Tough play there for Simmons at third base. Hit right down the line. He backhands it. Probably doesn't have a play at first base either. Tries to go to second, and Huckel tried to become a first baseman there and just get an out and bounced out of his glove.
Cooper Robb up there. He singled sharply his last time up right over second base. 1 for 2. Foul back behind home plate.
Right now, both teams are kind of in the same boat. Scott County's just trying to get a base runner any way they can, and Madison Central just wants an out any way they can. Not worried about turning 2 at this point. You're just, taking outs is when you can get them.
Lucas Myers, and that ball is hit towards second. Second baseman short, trying to turn 2, and Robb slides safely in there to first base. Cooper Robb's not going to allow you. He's not going to allow you to make him the last out of a regional tournament. Kid's just got hustle written all over him.
Yeah, he's going to play hard, and that's what you respect about him, and and Scott County as a whole. He could have, kind of dogged that down the line and just said, you know what, this game's over, and showed great hustle there, diving into first base. That's respectable.
Brings up Bryce Fryman. Usually when something like that happens, something happens gets good at the plate. Here's Fryman's pitch, and he chops it foul, just foul down the third base line. No balls and 1 strike, 2 outs. So Madison Central 1 out away from the state tournament that will be played next, Friday and Saturday?
Next starts Thursday, Friday.
Thursday, Friday. They play Friday night, I believe.
Yes.
We will have the broadcast of the semifinals on the 15th, championship on the 16th on the KHSA radio on the broadcast. Here's a chopper down to third. Fields fires over the infield, and it's thrown away. Run comes in to score. And here comes the second run in. Cooper Robb, and he will be safe. And shaken up as a first baseman. He's shaken up a little bit. 2 runs in. Makes it 8-3. First baseman Fryman, he'll head to second. And it's 8-3. Scoreboard needs to put the other run up there. 8 runs, 9 hits for Central. 3 runs, 6 hits for Scott County.
That runner has to go back to third.
Okay, that's the correction.
Yeah.
So Cooper Robb back at third. Okay. Yeah, because he was heading to third. He wasn't heading to home. Yeah.
Correct. Still 8-2.
Goes back to the base he was heading to. Runners at second and third. 8-2 ball game. Mckee up there, and he hits the ball. Base hit. Robb will come in. Ball gets away from the left fielder. Coming in to score will be Fryman. Makes it 8-4. Going into second base. Caden Mckee with a stand-up double and 2 runs in. Coach, you said Scott County there would be no quit.
Yeah, they're not going to stop. They're going to make you get them out. Not maybe quite as focused right here for Madison Central. Making some throws they don't normally make, letting the ball get by them. And it's tough to do. You're winning 8-1. You get 2 quick outs.
That's the thing you love about the game of baseball. It's never over.
That's right.
Until it's over.
It's a timeless sport.
2 outs. You got to get that last out of the ball game, and Madison Central certainly having trouble doing that right now.
Can't run into the line 3 times and punt. You can't stand at the top of the key and dribble the basketball out.
Yep.
You have to throw it over the plate and give the other team an opportunity to come back.
Steve Roof out to talk to his ball club. 3 runs in. 3 runs in for Scott County. They've made it 8-4, and they've got the 5th run in Caden Mckee, the pitcher, He's out there on second base, and Ryan Hanneback is at the plate, right-handed hitter. Trent Fox on deck. Hanneback, 2 outs. Madison Central, an out away here from the regional title. Pitch and ball chop foul into the dugout area of Scott County down third base. No balls and 1 strike to Hanneback. Fox on deck, the shortstop hopes he gets an opportunity. Mckee out at second, leading. 3 runs in. Pitch and that ball hit out toward left field. Left fielder going back. It's hit well. He's going back, and it is a 2-run shot. 8-6. Left field, coach, and obviously that's the area that's really carrying the baseball here at Woodford County.
Yeah, hit that ball well. Like we said, Scott County's not going to stop, and now we have a ball game here in the bottom of the 7th.
8-6 on the 2-run blast by Hanneback. 8-6 now. Mckee came in front of him, and that's going to do it for Lucas Myers. We have a new pitcher in for Lucas. James Goebel in there, the right-hander. And I tell you what, Coach, I don't mean any disrespect to Lucas Myers, but he was not as effective in this inning of relief as he was in his opening game when he almost pitched a no-hitter.
No, yeah, certainly not, and you hate to see that for the kid, but, you know, testament to Scott County. Like you said, you see the hustle play by Cooper Robb at first base.
Exactly. That's what kept this inning going.
That's right. Then
kid hustled down there, slid into first base, show what a competitor he is, and man, it's been lights out since then.
4 runs later, here we are, 8-6.
His ball club responded, didn't they?
You have one more base runner, you have the tying run at the plate.
8-6 ball game, 8 runs on 9 hits for Madison Central, 6 runs, 6 hits. And James Goebel, the right-hander, he's a sidearm pitcher in relief for Madison Central. This is the 4th pitcher the Indians have thrown at us. And that brings up Trent Fox. And I think we might have nope, it's going to be Fox. We're not going to have a pinch hitter. Willard talking to the home plate umpire for about something, but not sure what that is.
No.
They're having an interesting conversation. Unless he's making James Goebel just think about it a little bit more.
Could be.
James Goebel will face Trent Fox here in the 7th, 2 outs, but man, oh man, Scott County no give up in this team. That pitch is going to miss outside. 5 runs in for Scott County Cardinals, 8-6, Madison Central. Here in the bottom half of the 7th, 2 outs. At the plate is Fox. On the mound, James Goebel, the right-hander. The pitch, ball hit well, but hit out, foul out of play. Well, Fox got every bit of that one. Gary Ball with Coach Seth Knight, the Dunbar Bulldogs. Darren Douglas, William Moorfield, the King of Stream. Central, 1 out away from going to the state tournament this Thursday and Friday. Pitch is going to be a ball low. It's just so tough to get. People don't realize how tough it is to get those 3 outs.
Yeah.
When you're going to state tournament.
Mind-numbing, makes your stomach turn, and, you know, everything you can think of.
Ball hit hard. Shortstop eats it up, throws, and Madison Central heads to the state tournament. They knock off Scott County. Shortstop Thomason been outstanding all year, and it would be fitting that Thomason made that great play there at shortstop.
And there's Steve Roof jumping on the top of the pile, and his kids and all the assistant coaches.
Madison Central heads on to the state tournament. They knock off the defending region champ, Scott County, 8-6. 5 runs in the inning on 4 hits. I tell you what, Scott County, they gave Madison Central a ball game because that seventh inning.
Yeah, they put up a fight. True testament to the kind of team they had all season. Obviously a terrific job done by Coach Willard, and they weren't going to go down without a fight. And anybody that thought they would, is a little crazy. So just showed their grit, showed their toughness, and did everything they could and made that a game again.
Yep. Madison Central moves on to the KHSAA Whitaker Bank State Tournament next week at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. It will get underway Thursday. I believe there's 4 games Thursday, 4 games Friday. The winners from there move on to the following weekend, Thursday and Friday, the semifinals. Thursday will be on the NFHS Network, KHSAA State Baseball. You can watch those games.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Always a good time for state baseball tournament. Got some really good teams winning their regions this year.
Yeah,
should be exciting.
We'll keep it right here and name the all-tournament team from these 2 ball clubs. They'll have a lot of representatives, and we'll name the MVP of the 11th region tournament. Who gets that, Coach?
That's a tough one to say. That's
one of the pitchers from Central, or maybe Thomason, the shortstop.
Yeah, maybe Ben Snap.
Maybe Snap.
Had a good tournament as well, especially today in the finals.
Yeah, there's a lot of potentials. So we'll stay right here and give you the all-tournament team. Madison Central, 8-6 over Scott County. This is a huge win for this Madison Central program.
Yeah, especially over Scott County, who most people probably considered the favorite.
Yes.
Coming into the season, let alone after the successful season Scott County had coming into this region tournament. Madison Central obviously had a really good season during the regular season as well, but to top it off with a big win over Scott County here and go to the state title is awesome. Waiting to dump the bucket of water on somebody there.
Yep.
Believe they're waiting on Coach Roof to come around the corner.
Steve does such a great job at Madison Central. There it is. He's cold, but he'll take it.
Oh yeah,
cold shower.
That's a shower you always enjoy. You're not worried about that one.
So we're waiting for the announcement of the all-tournament team and the MVP. We'll give those to you here on PrepSpin. Great coach, great job working with you this week on the 11th region. Darren Douglas doing a super job. Darren, great job. You covered most of this tournament with my wedding last night
actual wedding.
Not my wedding. Yeah, the wedding I attended of Bree Lowry. Yeah, of JT Cox and Bree Lowry, wedding of the century. They got married at out off DeLong Road at a big house. There were 200 people at the wedding, a reception. It was phenomenal.
That's a big wedding, yeah.
Yeah, her dad, Bree's dad, just did Brian Lowry just did a great job with that wedding. So they're going to name the all-tournament team and the trophy presentation of the region runner-up and region champion is going to be Madison Central, Coach, 8-6. Kind of break this game down for us, if you don't mind.
Well, I think Madison Central did a really good job, top to bottom as a team. I mean, offensively, I think in the first inning we talked about, their approach was fantastic. They were not swinging at bad pitches. They were fouling off pitches that were, close to the zone with 2 strikes, causing Sutton's pitch count to go up, earlier than Scott County would hope. Putting together some good at-bats. They got the early runs from the offense, which will always settle down your pitcher. And, they got good starting pitching, good defensive plays, and kept putting pressure on Scott County. They bunted when they needed to bunt. We saw the big fly from Ben Snap off the center field wall, and the very next pitch they squeeze. And that's just something a good baseball team does to keep that pressure on you, and that's what they did today.
And I thought Cameron Travis was really the key pitcher of this ball game because he came in and really kept Scott County at bay. As we said, Lucas Myers came in and ran into some trouble there where Scott County was able to score and got, the 2-run blast there, but the home run. But I tell you what, it ended up being a really good ball game, 8-6, but it was a strange game from a pitching perspective.
Yeah, a little bit, and that's what you want out of Cameron coming in with a lead. The worst thing you can have in that situation is a pitcher come in and walk some guys, and then we give up a base hit, and then there's an error, and that game would have been closer much sooner, and Cameron came in and shut the door and kept him off balance with that breaking pitch. And unfortunately for Lucas today, didn't have his best stuff. And Scott County little bit of pressure there, a little more focused, I'd say, knowing it's the seventh inning, you got 3 outs, you got to get something done, and they came through in a big way to make this game exciting and interesting at the end.
8-6, 8 runs on 9 hits, and is that correct, Coach? They show 5 errors out there. Is that right? Man.
Well, I think Madison Central probably got a couple of those there in that last inning, throwing the ball around a little bit. The left fielder misplayed the ball. The third baseman throws it by the first baseman. So it got a little ugly there for Central there in the seventh. Just kind of a lack of focus with that 8-1 lead coming in, and Coach Roof went out, settled them down, and got the big ground out to shortstop, and onto the state tournament they go.
So Dennis Johnson, the athletic director of Woodford County, has made his way out to the table there. And we're just about set for the all-region team and the runner-up trophy and the region championship trophy here. We're just waiting, and for some reason it's taken a while. But William Warfield went down on the field with his camera now it seems like an hour ago, but about 20 minutes ago, and so we can't run any commercials up here. But we want to thank all of our sponsors on this 11th region. Yeah, Ricardo's down here in Versailles, Kentucky. Ricardo's. Great food down there, Darren, although you couldn't hardly – you had lunch there today, but what'd you have today at Ricardo's? Steak at Ricardo's, and we want to thank Ricardo's Restaurant here in Versailles. They sure took care of us. Mingua Beef Jerky, White Greer Maggard, Bluegrass Orthopedics, Atkinson, Sims & Commode, PLLC, All Sports in the Fayette Mall, Scholastic Ball Report, high school show that airs on Sundays on the CW. Some guy named Garrett. Yeah, some guy.
How's that? How long has that show been on? 1 year, 2 years?
It's been on a year or two. yeah. And Lexington Diagnostic, Warfield Media, Roberts Insurance, Bob Roberts, Sutherland Chevrolet, and the runner-up. The Cardinals get their runner-up trophy.
Yeah, just a superb season. Not to take anything away from Scott
30
County.
wins,
yeah.
30-7.
Playing a tough schedule, and Coach Willard, outstanding program over there at Scott County.
They really told us a lot about them. Down 8-1, they scored 5 runs in the 7th, made an 8-6 ball game, made things very interesting.
Yeah, certainly.
So we know right there, there's no quit, and you talked about it. It was the Cooper Rod hustle slide into first base that ignited his ball club. They looked at that and they said,
"Yeah,
huh?
He's not quitting. Why should I quit?"
They said, if Cooper's going to play that hard, we need to get it going here. Man, they really got it going after that, didn't they?
4 or 5 runs later, it's an 8-6 game.
Exactly.
You're a base runner away from having the tying run at the plate.
Madison Central gets their championship trophy. They're your 2018 11th region champion. Now we're just about the all-tournament team. I guess this is from all the teams, right?
Should be, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Who was that?
Cruz Pingleton from Richmond Model.
Okay. Cruz Pingleton. He's probably not here. Noah Rodman from Bryan Station.
Yep.
Yep.
Only gave up 4 hits, no loss.
Outstanding job by Noah Rodman against Madison Central the other day.
Aram Kumar from Franklin County.
Really good shortstop.
He's actually here, I believe. Yeah, there comes Kumar in from right field. Yeah, we see him there. We see. I know. Eric Sotil, I don't know. Yeah, he did. Yep, Hunter Hilbert outdueled him the other night. We saw some good games in this regional. Charlie Corm from Woodford, I believe he's the catcher, isn't he?
He is, yes.
Nice little player. So Corm, the all-tournament team. Boy, he's a stocky kid, isn't he? Does he play football? And Hunter Hilbert. And he's stocky also.
He actually led the 11th region in pitchers in ERA.
He's the kid going to Indiana Southeast?
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, sophomore shortstop from Lafayette there.
Makes it the all-tournament region, 11th region. Kyle Browning. Don't know if he's here. Nope. Scott County. Hannaback makes the all-tournament team. Great job by Ryan Hannaback. Sammy Sutton, starting pitcher today, took the loss.
Yeah, excellent center fielder, leadoff hitter.
Yep.
Does a lot for Scott County.
Sam Sutton makes it, and Cade Mckee, all-tournament team. Madison Central. Jeremy Cox.
Yeah, put him in the championship game with one swing.
Sure did. And did the wave. Did you see that? Waved when he hit that.
Lucas Myers for his performance against Station.
Yep, Lucas Myers makes the all-tournament team. Cameron Travis, young man, pitched his way onto the all-tournament team.
He certainly deserved it today. Outstanding job.
Cameron Travis. Ben Snap. So Snap doesn't get the, so it might be Thomason to be your MVP. Logan Thomas. Thomason is his name. So Logan wins the MVP. So that's your all-tournament team. And Madison Central, Coach, how do you feel they'll do at the state tournament next week?
Oh, I think they got a good shot. You know, Steve Roof teams are coached well. You know, they made it this far. They won the region without their best pitcher. They won the 11th region with their best pitcher in a cast.
Ferris, right?
Correct, in Jacob Ferris. And to have enough, you know, on their bench and a strong enough pitching staff to win a region like this, you got to like their chances next week.
So Madison Central wins the 11th region 8-6 over Scott County on 9 hits. Darren Douglas. For William Warfield, the King of Stream. For Seth Knight, the coach of Paul Lawrence Dunbar. This is Gary Ball. And, of course, all you Madison Central fans, get out to Whitaker Bank Ballpark next Friday night. Yeah, they play the 4th region. We said that, Darren. Yeah, they play Bowling Green. Yeah, Bowling Green, the 4th region champ, next Friday night. And get out and check them out. Madison Central, 11th region champs, 8-6 over Scott County. For Seth Knight, Darren Douglas, William Warfield, Gary Ball. So long from the 11th region tournament on PrepSpin.